while. There we go.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the night's episode of Storm King's Thunder. On this episode, we'll find out what the party does, but the party has recently had an encounter arriving back from White Fanglian Tumor's lair on the back of a multicolored rock, which they realized the large bird creatures can in fact move incredibly fast. Both Paladin and Fighter, the group who are quite used to being sturdy on the ground, were both going, nope, 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 tears coming out of the eyes, nope, 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 nope. Meanwhile, we had Kirok at the front screaming she was queen of the world.
Loved it.
They arrived back in Everland, upon which they arrived several hundred feet out, but a large multicolored bird like that arriving is definitely going to attract attention, as it did, as several heavily armored individuals carrying spears and the commander, the vindicator of the Order of the Gauntlet of the town as well, made his appearance. Hillstrider, the older black dragonborn. However, they were stopped for a moment as a guest had arrived, and a figure very familiar to several members of the party, Sildar Hallwinter, whom they had saved long ago in their journeys of Lost Mines, returned to his griffin riding nows from his previous retired days. He assured everyone in Everland that it would be fine, nothing to worry about, that he trusted the party, ergo he trusted this. The party had many a drinking session, and one of his associates was discovered to be Faith, the sister of Glory, who has seemed to become a cleric of Odin in her time away from her sister, and her sister thought she was doing a lot. Besides that, they spoke many tale. They informed Sildar and Faith of many of their quests. Sildar and Faith are now going to take it upon themselves to search out for the giant-slaying greatsword for the party, which will probably be a lot of help for the party, in the fact that this quest will be completed by two very capable allies. As well as that, Sildar also had a bodyguard with him, Rockfen, a not really gender-specific gunslinging high elf. Besides that, the party were more or less focusing on their journeys towards Citadel Felbarr. So, the start of the day, you all smell your delicious breakfast being cooked downstairs inside the Snoring Gopher Inn. What would you all like to do in this morning? Oh, and bearing in mind, one very important thing, due to a clever trick and clever testing on behalf of Faith, Glory is no longer cursed.
Hey.
With the axe of Grumashbane.
What a beautiful morning.
Hi guys.
I hate
Morning, Kirok.
Hi.
I get it. I get out my sleeping bag. It's like, Varus, what do you want to do with the big curse thing under my bed?
Yeah, I've not really thought that far. Wait there, and I will.
Okay, I'll keep an eye on it. Just don't wander off too far. I don't like a group separating too much, in case one of us gets kidnapped.
And I will.
I'll whistle if something goes wrong.
No, that won't even work. I'll go downstairs and get some breakfast. I think.
Priorities.
Stay here.
Wait there.
With the axe
I'm
while
gonna go get food.
Because the thing I was gonna do, I know now won't actually work, so I'm gonna get some breakfast.
We've had a long rest, haven't we?
Yeah, that counted as a long rest.
Awesome.
A slightly hungover long rest, but a long rest.
I didn't drink.
I'm
I
gonna go
Alright,
downstairs and cook breakfast.
I'm gonna go downstairs.
I
Have
was
a
gonna
coffee,
get
any
some
breakfast.
dragon sausages and some dragon bacon.
Aw,
Dragon
yeah.
sausages don't work. And you've more or less started to run out of your store
dragon
of dragon meat. You are really low on
I'll pull out
dragon
some
meat, right?
troll, make some troll steaks.
Okay, troll, you know full well will make someone very, very sick.
Okay.
There's already fungus growing out of the meat.
Ugh.
You have to keep fire cantripping this stuff, or else it's gonna grow back.
No, actually, first thing I want to do is go back to that shop
I'll just do some burning hands.
where I didn't buy the ink previously,
Okay.
and just tell them I want to buy that ink, basically. Long story short.
Okay.
Just
So
to
Buy
short, sweet,
all
and to
the
the
ink.
point.
keep this bit quick.
I
Rather
would
than
like to.
long out a shopping
Yeah.
trip.
He goes,
12 hours later.
very well, very well. And I actually can't recall what I priced that as.
I want to say he had 3 hours worth, or 3 levels worth. I can't remember.
I think it was 3 hours worth. I'd say no.
Yeah.
He had. I think he had
This is
6
the-
hours.
This is the
And
one
it's
that had
3
something
hours.
and a half.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. He
someone
had like a
used
half
some
one.
ink. So was it 6 hours?
I think it's 6 hours because it's 2 hours
Yeah.
per level, isn't it?
Yeah. So it was 6 hours worth. So it's
Yeah.
3 levels. I mean, I don't know what it normally costs.
I know
think
it was a few hundred anyway.
I think rules-wise, it says it costs 50 gold per level.
I think he was ramping up the price a bit as to being the fact that he's the only guy in town that sells them.
I mean, it wasn't.
And you were basically.
I thought it was somewhere else in town.
Yeah, well, you
And
didn't
with this-
insight check him.
Okay, well, I'm going to use the fact that we just saved this town and killed the giant, massive fuck-off white dragon to
Well, you can certainly make a persuasion check to
and
try.
make a persuasion check. What's my character sheet?
I like that you were like, we're not gonna roleplay this, just to keep it quick, and then it ends up being just like
Bitch, he wants to go, he wants to go.
I'm just keeping it quick. This is literally me keeping it quick. I'm not talking as Varys.
Alright, we'll say that he brings it down to, say, 300 gold total, because I think he was on the 500 mark.
What, 300 gold for the 3 levels worth, yeah? For 6
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, I'll have to give him 300 gold.
Cool.
Take it.
Okay, Martin, you have 6 hours worth, 3 spell slots worth.
Yeah.
Glory will say while everyone is doing their preps for the morning, you could get 2 more hours in on that book, bringing you down to 4.
Yeah. Read that one.
Don't forget-
I also want to keep an eye out for Faith, just real quick.
Faith is already down in the morning, drinking coffee and speaking over next to Sildar, who is... He's not as young as he used to be.
Hangover not being kind to him.
He's just listening, and every now and again he begins slumping down. And whenever someone puts on a cup of coffee or moves a plate or something, he goes, shh. Shut up.
Morning!
Hello, Kira.
Worse than
You
me
hear,
in the
Zero,
morning.
you
Why?
hear Zero yell from upstairs, "Where on earth is Varys?"
I don't know, I'll go find him!
Thank
I put like
Faith,
basically.
cast lesser restoration on me. Faith just stood there
Faith,
smugly
Faith,
going,
do not
I don't
do that.
know. I don't know, sir. You don't see to need it. We should save it for a. You'll be in a battle situation if you don't give me here. Come on.
I put the biggest steak I have left of the dragon just out in front of him, but very lightly.
Can somebody bring me up breakfast while you're at it?
I'll make some dragon bacon and get everybody food.
Yeah, you eventually serve out what you can. Your dragon meat is now expended.
I have breakfast in bed, and it's delightful.
Can we say
Just
that?
in bed with the cursed axe.
Can we say that when I go out to find Varys, I buy myself a woodcarver's kit? They only cost a gold.
Yeah, you can find that from the general store.
I'm actually going to do the thing I said I did like half a campaign ago.
There, now you have it. Nice to remember to do the thing, but now that you have it.
I do want to grab Faith real quick and just be like, be careful, watch yourself, just keep a level head. You've always been good at that, and I'll meet up with you somewhere. Where are we meeting up?
Felbarr.
She looks, well, we're going to look at that issue with the Great Sword. If you want, you could probably meet us up at Silvery Moon. We'll be swinging back around that way.
Okie doke. We got some business to do, but I'll meet you there.
Okay, you take it easy, okay?
When have I ever done that?
No matter what, I'll still say it.
Yeah, I know.
You know you mean a lot to me, yeah?
You mean a lot to me too. Just stay safe. Just.
She points at her missing eye. Yeah, like I've been, like you said.
That's why I'm
When
saying.
have I ever done that?
That's what I'm saying. Just keep your head about
Sildar
it.
now with half his steak moved over to the side, and yes, he carved it out in real time by that point. Has his head against the table and just gives you a thumb up. I'll keep an eye on her.
Oh, thanks, Sildar. Just give him a big thump on the back.
You actually do hear a bit of a crack as you do it, and he goes, "Oh, I think that.
Okay, didn't mean to do
Oh,
that.
that feels better now. That actually feels. Oh, God, I couldn't do this for
Okay.
ages." He is in old man mode right now. He was young. He was young and ripe. Now he's looking truly like he's in his late 40s.
Sit with them and read my book while I wait for everyone to finish up their business.
Okay. Anything anyone else wants to do besides being a cook?
Wait for Varys to come back.
Think we're good.
If Kirok comes to find me in the shop, I'll just walk back with her and just say like, so your spell book, that book you found, I think it's
Oh yeah.
it's, yeah, have you had a look at it recently?
No, I haven't looked at it this morning. I was doing other stuff last night.
Maybe have a little read before we leave.
Okay. I'ma do that.
Give yourself 10 minutes, 11 minutes. I think it'll take 11 minutes.
Okay.
No, it won't. It'll take longer than that. It'll take like an hour and 10 minutes. If you've got an hour and 10 minutes.
It depends on if we're leaving right away. I suppose it don't matter because now we can go anywhere thanks to the baby.
You can, yeah, just keep it on. Just when you've got time.
Okay.
You know, this is where I trust you guys as to what you put below and what you guys put on spells and everything. And I'm not keeping track of that shit.
Krauser didn't tell me what he did to my book.
Don't even remember if you told me.
I told you that, and I think I told Coles after the session, but I know what it is. So
Possibly, but I don't remember.
so when you finally choose to look at it, then I'll ruin it.
Cool beans. So
Okay.
we
So
arrived.
since I'm
We all
waiting,
here?
Yeah, we arrived back.
oh good.
I'll go back up to see 0.
We found a buyer for the axe.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Do bear in mind it was suggested to bring the axe back to Citadel Felbarr.
Just keep it away from
The slaying axe to the Slayer's take, the Slayer's guild, the Slayer's oath.
Yeah, sure. Right. Yeah, I've got a buyer, but it's in Felbarr probably. So
Sounds good.
I will wrap the axe up and then pick it up and carry it slowly because I'll be
What are you
encumbered.
wrapping it in?
by Cloth. It's a magical cloth that I happen to have on my person.
You don't have magical cloth that you
I will get one of the bed sheets and I will wrap it up in a bed
Don't
sheet.
worry, and I start taking off my big heavy cloak, and you start to see snake scales
And snakes.
from my scale mail armor.
Oh.
God damn it.
The snake comparison.
Not cold. I'll just drop the innkeeper. I got a couple of.
Don't worry, this
Silver.
this cloak is designed to hold back diseases and stuff. It probably help with the curse.
I don't know about that, but we'll see.
Well,
Otherwise-
it's better than your average cloth anyway.
Alright,
Smarter than your average claw. Hey, hey, hey.
Alright, we'll just wrap it up with that, and I will. I'll pick it up, and I will take it with me.
It's not like
Keeping
you
the
have to
mask.
be attuned or something to actually get the curse.
Yeah, but
Like
Varys.
holding it
doesn't-
for a couple seconds to put it into a card, it's not gonna.
Yeah, but Varys doesn't want to touch it, and Varys isn't going to put it in the cart. He's going to hold on to it the whole way.
Bear in mind, guys, you will not be able to bring the cart with you if you're having the rock
Yeah.
transport you. I don't care what anyone says, you're not going to be able to bring both
We
carts.
can't. Yeah, we can't take
donkey.
both.
We are going
Boy.
to have to
Can I take
a
mine?
rod, though?
Since it's smaller and more
You can
compact.
take the rod,
Yeah,
but you can't take either cart.
that's
Oh.
fine.
That's right.
Basically, you're pushing your limits on its weight capacity just by you guys and one thing, like that rod. That weighs 100 pounds. The
That's
rod
fine.
is the lightest thing out of anything you could have.
We'll let the rock carry it.
Yeah, it can carry it in its talons.
I come
Oh,
downstairs and I'm cringing at the sunlight. Ugh.
By the way, I forgot to say, but I did write this on my seat last week. I'm unattuning from the Cloak of the Bat, and I'm attuning to the Crystal Ball.
Oh yeah,
Cool.
I've attuned to Talon. In case that needed saying.
Yeah. I imagined the moment you got rid of one, you took out Talon and went,
It's
bye
like,
bye!
I
I'm so
missed you."
sorry!
Who's using the Cloak of the Bat at the moment? Because if
Yes.
not, can I just wear it just so I don't have to deal with the sunlight?
I mean, how many attunement slots you got? You can have it if you want to use.
To
I
let
don't-
you know, currently, Varus, this
I mean, I'd like
is
it back when you have to
a...
go in the dark, but
To let you know, Varus, this is a crystal ball, but it is a... Let's see, make sure...
I think you told us.
Yeah. This is the... Oh yeah, sorry. This crystal ball is 6 inches in diameter, and when you touch it, you can perform the scrying spell at a DC 17.
Do you have to be attuned to it?
You have to be attuned to it.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, I've got an attunement slot open because I gave my staff fire away, so I've got the spider staff and the gloves of missile snaring.
you can use this. For
You gave
now,
the Staff of Fire away?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
gave it
gave
to me.
it to Roman.
And then
Yeah,
I took
so
off
I said
my,
here.
I took off my circlet, gave it to Glory. That way I could have the.
Yeah, that's why
yeah.
everybody's all swapped around with their stuffs.
And Glory is a lot
I
smarter.
will pass over the Cloak of the Bat.
Yeah.
Okay,
Read that.
I suppose I'll start tuning into it and try and give it back whenever anyone wants it.
Yeah. If you want a link, that's what it is basically.
That what it do.
So I have that short code on my character sheet.
Because I currently have
And I'm
Riley
deleting that
Pack
off of my
Keeper,
character sheet.
Ring. Or no, the ring didn't need attunement. It was just the rod, staff. Oh no, and the ring.
I'll put my arm of the circlet and Talon.
Okay,
Well-
so the thought was that we were going to take the big boy and go over the mountains to get to the Citadel super quick,
Felbarr.
but do we want to do that if we're going to leave the carts, or are we going to leave them with the
I
safe?
think we
people.
leave the cart.
Well, we've got a cart. We don't need it at the moment, do we?
Not
No.
really if we've got the big boy, because he can,
The only
he
problem
can
is-
carry
Should we
the
let Hope
rod.
take it? If Hope needs,
Faith,
have they
no
got
one.
faith?
To be fair, Roman is an alchemist. He'll probably want to bring his tools and stuff along. Do we want some other sort of method
I
of
can-
transporting that?
I can carry most of my tools. I don't really need the major things currently. Getting stuff melted and together and whatnot.
The only problem is going to be transporting the rod once we get off the bird.
We're getting up to about at Felbarr. I'm sure.
Or near Felbarr.
I'm sure with our powers combined, we can move the rod.
By the buff powers combined.
I'm sure
I
we could
think
turn
Glory
into a
just takes it
horse.
up in her. Yeah, Glory could just, pick it up on her shoulder. It's only
Yeah.
100 pounds. It's 100 pounds and 4-foot diameter.
It's only
Okay.
100 pounds. That's heavy!
It's
Not to
doable.
me.
Boy.
Definitely not to her.
It's difficult to move, but it's definitely something that we can carry, just
Yeah.
not for a long period of time. So I think we're going to be good.
To let you guys know, as someone who carries over 100 pounds often on his shoulder, it is just a balancing act, which she will figure
Yeah.
out. She can do that very easily.
All right,
If
we'll
I
do
can
that.
carry it, I'm at least a plus 13. I'm at least got a 13. She's definitely going to be able to carry it.
Okay.
We'll do that.
So we're taking the big boy then?
Yeah, we need to head out of the city, don't we?
To let you guys know as well, you could probably leave cart and horse with the Order of the Gauntlet.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
we'll
true.
ask that,
Do
yeah.
Faith and Silda need it? Or are they good?
You
Yeah,
watch
see-
as
see if they want it.
Sildar and Faith, as you guys are talking, preparing at these stables themselves, Kronos is taken out by Sildar,
Fuck,
and he
I
mounts
forgot
up.
how rad Kronos was, sorry.
Yeah.
We love
Kronos
him.
reapplied up all the golden and silvered and platinum armor that he wears.
You guys want to take our carts with you?
Need them at all?
We're just a party of people who
Um,
love animals.
Yeah, you are. They look to you and think, no, we're going by air. And as they do that, you watch as Rockfey also walks past with 2 hippogriffs.
Oh my god!
Fuck, my sister's cooler than me.
Damn it!
I just have to fly on this stupid giant bird. God.
He didn't mean that, baby!
I don't think I
That's
can hear
great,
you
but it
while
makes
it's in
me
the form, Kirok.
You watch as
Give Kirok a
Faith takes one and just goes, "Hi, Sharp Plume." Hi. And just pets its beak a little bit, just lets it go. Little approvals.
Laura's just looking very
Pray tell,
jealously.
where does
And she just
one-
looks, and she just looks back over and smirks at you.
Ooh!
That's too cool. I
Pray
can't.
tell.
You get to ride a dwarf. I get to ride a hippogriff.
That was bad.
Yes, I do. I know. I love you.
I don't understand. I don't
Where does
understand.
one-
Wait, what?
Acquire
no,
one of these creatures.
Sildar will pipe up to that one. Well, we got a bit sick of Kronos having to carry me and these two, so by that factor, Kronos got tired and was, I'm convinced, ready to start dropping people. So we were doing a bit of work in the High Forest, and we encountered a group of people who happened to train many a creature to be used as mounts or companions in battle. We did them a favor. They trained these two.
Where was this?
Oh, for in the area, we might want to think about buying some. Thank you for the information, but we really better get going.
Yeah. Just a suggestion. Don't try to offer money for this kind of stuff. This stuff you have to earn with them.
Where was this?
Druid types. Don't worry, I know.
High Forest.
The big forest to the south.
Make it a
Oh,
note
I'm
in the
familiar
quest
with it.
journal.
Shall
Yeah.
we go then? We all good?
She runs back over, gives Glory one quick hug before getting back up on Sharp Plume, and Rockfey takes come on Dashclaw on top, and Chrono starts first. Don't die on us, you're all cool. And afterwards, Rockfin goes, whatever. And then finally, Faith shouts out as well, we'll find her together.
Kirok, what did we name your lovely bird companion again?
He's.
Sorry?
Ah, right.
Sorry?
Oh, sorry. My.
Oh, sorry, you don't
Can't
speak
give it to you,
Aarakocra. Sorry.
None of us speak Arakocra.
I don't speak it, but it is a name.
Common. Common is a fourth language. Huru.
Cycling
Yeah.
through.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Huru?
Huru. Yeah.
Just start talking in giant.
No.
No,
No.
No.
I don't speak. I don't speak Aarakocran, but being a druid, I assume that at least sounds like a name to me. It's just like I can't pronounce it. I don't understand it, but that's a name. That's
To anyone, it sounds like that's a name. It's just a weird name because it's
probably just got so weird being a druid.
done in an accent.
I've heard weirder.
Gloria doesn't understand any of this, and she's like, Huru, okay.
Bird noises.
She actually does. With headband
I-
intelligence, she's
Oh,
able
shit.
to process a lot
Yeah.
of this stuff.
Forget
you,
Gloria's smart
need
now.
to, yeah, you need to remember your character is
You're
now
smarter
smart.
now.
I'm so used to playing her really dumb.
You're welcome.
In this land, all our Aarakocra names are just bird sounds that are translated into common. Kirok's
Yeah,
name is
you
just the
figure that
same.
See, I would have called it Rainbow Dash, but not the point.
Oh.
Have we got? Have
Alright,
we got
let's
all the rations and everything we need for the trip?
Yeah, we'll be alright.
I can find food.
Yes, I'm just saying.
You have a
Something
large
wrong
sum of
with that
rations as is, and you could probably,
Yeah.
spend 10 gold, get enough rations for people for a very long ass time.
I've
Oh
still,
yeah, I'm just checking that we have everything we need before we go.
I've still got 10 rations because I've always found food for myself in the wild.
Is everyone ready? Has anyone
Nothing else we
got
need.
stuff that needs to be sorted here? Does anyone need to do anything before we get on the bird?
No.
No, I'm just sort
Going
of
once,
following
going
everyone,
twice.
holding the big fuck off act.
I think I'm good, yeah.
And
I will,
let's go.
Okay, so
I
we
will
leave
carry
we,
the
we
rock
leave
then.
we leave the city and I summon.
Okay, you someone.
No,
You're
no, no,
That's my ex carrier.
not
You made
correct.
bird
Carrying
noises. You can
animation.
fuck off if you think I'm gonna pronounce bird names.
I'm the
Well,
only
I
one who
don't
can
wanna build a
pronounce
magic
it
rock
because I'm the
stuff.
only one playing a bird.
Magic bird.
And-
Rock boss.
Oh,
Kirok, Kirok, you're steering this thing. Do you know the way to Felbarr?
I have an excellent sense of direction.
I help Kira.
It's not
Good,
this
excellent.
way.
Well, I
And
can
she
kind
points
of.
I'm gonna
straight down.
cast.
I didn't say I'd ever been there before.
Since we're flying, I'm gonna use Druidcraft and to pull up the special orb that tells the weather for the next 24 hours.
Cool.
There's a Druidcraft thing. So,
Yep.
what's the weather look doing?
What is the weather doing? It's weathering currently. The weather is a gentle breeze, and it is getting towards more rainy days, so there is 1 or 2 hours of rain, but you know you have to stop off every now and again to take breaks, as is. So you're able to stop off for those particular hours you suggest.
I'll just use it to help guide Kirok.
Yeah.
just warn him of any
Yeah,
weather
if we
changes.
haven't
You-
to take
He's
stops,
probably
I
pretty good at that. I'm even better.
You take an hour stop at a can, so Gloria, you'll basically be,
I can kind of
you know.
point which way we
Imagine
need
I'm
to be going
tuned
for the
from
next
the cloak
hour.
by now.
So to let you guys know, you will arrive by near nightfall.
Okay. I take it I tune
Nice.
to the cloak in those breaks.
Oh yeah, you've definitely tuned to the cloak by now.
We're gonna need to land
many-
we're gonna away from the city a little bit, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, can we do trip songs?
That's,
Gloria's
how many
too
hours
busy
is
like
this?
holding
Are
desperately
we-
onto the thing.
Wait, is this like a full day's flight?
This is a full day's flight. It can move 114 in a day, and it is just under.
Cool. I would like to take the time to copy another spell. It will take me 6 hours.
I would like to join.
It's going to take you
Kirok.
longer if you're on the back of a fucking high-speed moving creature
So-
without a saddle.
Would you say I'd have enough time to?
It'll
copy
take
it
you the
in
day.
flight? Like,
It'll
in-
take you the day.
That's fine. As long as I can finish it by the time I land.
You can
Yeah.
finish it by the time you land. You
Perfect.
just do like the whole practice out smaller pieces, like the more important pieces. Then the finer details, you wait till you've landed, and you get
That's
them knocked
different.
out.
I would like to invite Kirok on the trip to sing a rendition of "This Is the Song That Never Ends" as we travel.
This is the song that never ends. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend.
Or
Some
it's just,
people
like,
desperately
started
calling.
singing it, not knowing what it
Where's my
was.
parachute? Where's my parachute?
I'm with this guy.
That goes on all day.
Glory gains 1 point of insanity.
I'm not sure when we became best friends, but I'm glad we did.
It's basically
it was
just like frantically looking for the pool of cord, just like fuck this shit, I'm out.
I think it was soon after, when I was hired and you were like, "Oh, friend," and stories and all that sort of thing, and everyone was out like, "Do we want to kill this strange man?"
So you guys through the air, you pass over. You pretty much avoid Hawk's Nest, which is a relatively built-up area.
Cool.
Nice.
Sorry, folks, messaging. You guys travel over. You do get to Citadel Felbarr, but on the way you do pass over looks like 40, 50 houses, small buildings, rubbled, destroyed, even some that would be still smoldering. This is my garum.
Gesundheit.
I will kill you.
Chama?
I will just make the bird throw you off.
Just as well attuned to the bat thing. Actually, I'm not sure I can fly in the light. I better double check
You
that.
can't. You
Well,
can't
that's
actually.
He's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
good
we-
boy. He listens to me.
Has to be darkness. Or dim light, I think.
You pass over my garum, and as you do, Glory does have a very poignant look down as you guys. So, you guys arrive at Citadel Felbarr. You do arrive. There is a very narrow, a very long walkway up that will usually take about 10 minutes just to walk up the full walkway. It's well, when I say 10, I should probably say more closer to 30. It is very well crafted, even though it's clearly shown repair over the years. You're kind of walking from the base of a valley upwards. The actual entry point to Citadel of Felbarr is a raised position. It's almost like this balcony that's stretched out. But walking up, you can see to the left and right as you do, there is constant just ballista, like an arrow slits all the way up. It is literally a kill zone trying to get up to Felbarr. It has a great deal of... You can tell this place has been worn by a battle for years, but has been repaired as well. Dwarves tend to fix their shit and keep it running. Eventually, as you guys are arriving, your fluorescent entry was definitely not unnoticed.
I mean, we
as
tried
you
not to
guys-
go too close, but
You did, but this is basically like the easiest point without having to add an extra day to the travel. Because you're essentially going into what is a great, just like almost a slice in the middle of a mountain, like this very narrow canyon, to actually get up to this point. So it would take you a travel up about a day from Maigorom to get up to here. So it is it's an exhausted. You can see why this place would be hard to take, in the fact that you have to pretty much dedicate a very large force of people to a very large battle to get even to the gate. And as you guys
Very
arrive
narrow
up,
funnel.
yeah, a very narrow funnel. Think Bridge of Khazad-dûm style, except outside. There are some small trees that are just like clung onto more stonework and onto the actual the stonework and everything else of the city as you guys are entering. There is a statue as you guys are arriving of a great dwarven lord wielding a great axe. As well as that, he also has a great hammer in his other hand, standing in front of a anvil. This is a depiction of Moradin. The helmet on his head is in fact a two horns on either side with a great crest of just like this large raised steel point behind it. And as you do, you are greeted by, as you arrive up the final steps, even Kirok flying for a while, it got a bit tiring to walk back onto your feet. Zero is in living hell.
I would offer to carry them, but I am carrying a giant thing.
You can also carry him. He weighs less than it. He is an incredibly frail anorexic fuck.
Yeah.
Probably carry him by the waist.
I eat so much, but I'm so thin.
I'm just using chili touch to cool myself down.
You're all weak. Okay, this is just a hill. Come on.
I'm fine. I live on mountains.
You also have wings, which is cheating.
I don't remember anybody saying it was against the rules.
Why is
know there were
everything so
rules.
far up?
You guys just
Safer.
hear as
Safer.
you arrive. You hear, and as you turn the corner, Gloria, there's currently a blunderbuss aimed at your face. And as
Okay.
you see the
Okay.
blunderbuss, there's then immediately two dwarves move out from that side, shields up, and a spear is pointed out towards you guys. The spears actually extend out another 5 feet towards you.
Okay.
I stumble over, still gasping for air and everything, and I hold up a going coin. It's like, it's all right. Speak dwarf.
Maybe to this one out there.
Glory, the paper.
Yeah, paper, gold, all good.
I don't have
Nap
it.
time.
Ash has it.
Ash, paper.
Ash goes, "Oh yeah," and she reaches down, furls through her piece for a minute
Ash
before
has it because
pulling
it's
out.
all in dwarven and I can't read it.
She does pull down. Hold on. Pulls out the sealed letter with the faux hammer ink mark on the back of the letter. We were sent here by Gelrin of Clan Fohammer. He's offered us to travel here to deliver this message on his behalf. but only to the king or queen. And bearing in mind, you guys showed up in a very flashy fashion. You are presumed to be adventurers, but this will require a little bit of a persuasion roll. So.
Come
Zero's
on.
currently laying on the floor and he says, "Glory to your clan."
I help him. I help him up.
Yeah, we help him. It's just
Okay.
a hot mess.
Not too
Well,
bad.
I
Help
would
with
the,
persuasion.
You shall do nothing because it was just her. So, you watch as one of the older dwarves wearing this bright blue scale mail. The helmet is actually raised up, almost like at a point, just like this wide brim rise up on all sides, and he's got a very large, a two-handed maul that is just over
Right
his,
here.
like strapped onto his back.
Oh my god, your timing is impeccable.
He steps forward.
What you're
Hey.
just about to... Sorry, Das can explain what
He
you're just about
looks
to
at
do.
the letter. She's been watching the stream. He looks over the letter, hands it back. In future, perhaps you should be doing better than arriving in such a glorious fashion that, well, we've had giants sneak up on us quieter than you lot. Also, that one wheezing like a mad bastard isn't exactly helping either.
Well, if we were
Sorry,
being
I'm
quiet,
just,
you would have thought we were trying to sneak up on you. My logic is infallible.
Subtlety.
Is that the
Why
right
is
word?
your
Is that the
bird
right
blue?
word? Why isn't your bird blue?
Can we skip that part?
Because we use canaries.
Canary
yes.
can be blue.
Don't
looks
tell,
over-
please. If you could not tell her what the canaries are for, that would be much appreciated.
And now, Ash, you can speak up. You have shown the letter to this dwarf.
We come here on official business, sir.
You could speak in Dwarvish. We don't mind.
Yeah, you get sick of speaking Dwarvish every fucking day. Besides, there's enough trades around here, we do end up speaking common more than often. So, for this sake, we will say, I need to bring you guys to this map.
Oh shit!
Ashka turns to Nemo and says, it's the vowels,
Does
there's
it-
far too many of them.
I...
You're talking to somebody who speaks Undercommon.
Oh, do you know? You speak Undercommon, do you?
I'm
Would
a
you be
drow
speaking
of-
Undercommon?
I'm a druid of the Underdark. Your back door, and I imagine think somebody you're happy to have keeping at least some of the nonsense at bay.
You're
Ashka-
keeping the nonsense at bay? What the fuck you're keeping away? I don't want to know.
Ashka's
Exactly.
a little
Disease mostly.
The rats.
uneasy.
Yeah, rats, disease. You can see why I'm in this state.
That's just
What are your names?
Druid name, Zero. Little for my proper family name.
Ashka Korriban of the First Legion, sir.
Glory
Gives
to your
a little
clan.
bit of a gives a little bit of a nod and scowls over every time Nemo says "Glory to your clan."
Stop it!
My name is actually
Yes.
Glory.
I'm Roman Nomarin, the world's greatest alchemist. Hopefully.
Patent pending.
TBC.
Oh god. Why is there dice? Why is there dice?
Oh no!
Just glory, glory.
Oh,
Can't say I know that name.
Oh.
yes, it means
Rolled a one.
it means hopefully I didn't fight him as a teenager.
Ah!
Thankfully, you say that out of character as well, because you are not subtle enough to say, "Hey, I think I beat him up when I was small."
No, Glory does know better than that. Right.
So he looks over everyone. All right. So you're here on official business now, are you? Well, that's all well and good.
Full
but-
disclosure, we've got a couple of things we're doing here, and I don't want to obviously trick the guard. I was hoping to talk to you about a couple of things, actually.
We're here to see their majesties. And Ashka hits the shield and shows the mark on the shield.
And to let you guys know as well, just so you are aware, the king and queen's names, because it's been so long
It
ago.
is in our quest book.
It is
Yeah.
King
I also have-
Morin and Queen Tithmel.
I'm gonna make an attempt at spelling these.
It's in the quest book, girls.
Morinn. It's in quest book under Gelrin Fohammer.
Gotcha.
He looks over the seal and everything. Give me a minute, and he steps away with the seal, with the letter in hand, back towards the gate. Begins speaking to someone quietly, and a second one, then motions off and leaves inside. There's this awkward moment as there is a little bit of the guards still have weapons up, but are lowering them slightly, more at ease, not ready to, fucking shank someone. 5 minutes pass.
I speak to the guards in this time and say, we are about to visit a king. We don't want to come empty-handed, you understand? What would you recommend as a good gift? We were thinking some sort of drink or something.
And one of them, a younger one, his beard hasn't even fully grown out yet. It's only barely about, say, neck height. And I'll tell you is, the best thing you got to do for the king is fucking pray he asks to see you. Because that's how you get seen by the king. If the king does not want to see you, the king won't see you. You see ya.
Of course.
And
But
as
if
he
he does
says
see
that,
us,
the
I would like
He sounds
older
nice.
the older officer steps back and goes, "The king and queen would like to see you." What?
Don't laugh at the
Also-
guards.
I would like to say the only reason I think Nemo is actually coughing is because the fire staff, or staff of fire, is just
There's a
Oh,
bit of
it's habit.
smoke.
it's just kind of going into his mouth. Yeah,
A, it's
more out of
habit,
force-
and B, I'm
it's-
not used to that much exercise.
Yeah. As someone who was once at that stage of physicality, believe me, you. Oh, no, that's your little jumper stuff.
Hi.
So we're
I
talking
know.
about a drink for the king since he is seeing us. Don't want to come empty-handed.
The officer looks on. Well, you don't really need to worry about that. He's specifically requested your presence as soon as possible, meaning I'm going to escort you.
Oh, good, but I do
Okay.
want to address some security things first. Give you an inventory
You
of our
worry,
weapons and
you worry
whatnot.
about, you worry about me. The king has requested you, and
we
if
have a
you can
cursed
try to pull
axe.
your. Actually, now that
That was thematically appropriate.
That's the sound of Zero falling down the stairs.
you watch Ash Kids just backhanded him and he's rolling down the stairs.
We don't talk about that.
I'm not looking to lie to these people.
They don't
I
really
just
care
want them
about
to know.
weapons. They just know that if you attack any of them, you're gonna die.
I'm not going to attack any of them. We're looking to
Then
sell
you're
an orc
fine.
slaying axe.
We're not going to ask the guards that.
I'm telling them that we have
He
a
raises
cursed
a hand
orc
to all of
slaying
you.
axe.
Stop, fucking stop. Enough of that. Show me this axe.
don't-
Just be careful touching it. Like I said, it is cursed. It sends people berserk, and it's
You
made
mean the
orc
axe that
slaying.
you've
I
kept
think
wrapped
somebody get used to
around
it.
in a cloth?
Yep,
Varys?
here we go.
On your
Unwrap
thin, on your thin
Um,
person?
The one that Varys is carrying and not
Yeah.
showing to anyone.
No, but the one that has a very oh gee, I wonder what present this is. It's a bicycle wrapped up silhouette on it.
The one
A
that
bit
Varys
fucking
has purposely held onto and is not letting anyone go anywhere near.
Yeah, Varys, put it down.
You don't.
It's only polite. You don't walk into somebody's city, especially to see the king, and bring in a cursed axe without telling the guard.
Ash's
Well, you've just
eye
told
is
him.
just twitching madly.
Sorry, I don't know whether I'm the druid, and these people don't know civilized conduct. I swear.
Ah,
I fix
You
up my vest jacket. I do, sir. I do
The
too,
hand
sir.
is
Well.
still raised out towards you, Varys, because reasons.
Ignore my friend here. He's just human. Hey.
Varys.
Make a deception check.
Well, you've been saying great.
This is going to be at disadvantage because the term cursed axe has been used twice.
Sweet, I'm really good at this skill.
Varys, you had one
Jinx
fucking
yourself,
job.
maybe?
I say
Varys
you'll have to
around
forgive
people.
him.
For the
He's
sake of severity, I am going to roll an insight check. The Okay, so with his
You'll have to
modifier of
forgive him,
0,
he's-
that's an 11.
You'll have to forgive him. He's a bit of a.
So currently you are sweating as you're going, what axe? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what axe you're talking about. As you hide the very obvious, almost like
Oh, he
Christmas
knows.
style wrapped up
How
gift.
come-
Oh yeah, he
Look,
knows. He knows.
They
so
full
well.
don't
well.
mind if we have a cursed axe. The worst, they're just going to leave it under their security.
You are referring to cursed weaponry amongst my people. I severely warn you, keep it down. You've already drawn far too much attention to yourself. And she
Well,
keeps
too
saying,
bloody bad now. At this point, all the guards have the weapons back up and are all trained at Paris. That blade out on the ground now.
Just show.
do what he
Just
says,
do it.
Varys.
It's fine.
At this point, he takes out a small whistle. And from inside, you see the doors. And 3 figures step out. One of them has this beard almost down to his knees, ginger, braided, with a very heavy stud, like a large circlet at the bottom where the hair is just spreads out, and this very long mohawk. And older dwarf. By dwarven standards, you are old as fuck if you're that case. And the
That's
officer looks across.
Meals.
What you notice is, as much as he is an older dwarf, the two behind him wear the same attire. One has blonde and one has brown hair, but both of them have a pretty long beard, not as long as his, but they both have mohawks back, and they both have runic tattoos all the way down the sides of their heads.
As I see Ask bowing, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to kneel.
Yeah. These two on either side have hand axes, and are actually not wearing armor. They're pretty much only just wearing pants, and that is it, barefoot. The one in the middle, however, is wearing a clear, you can see by the neck, and scale mail over and a chain link underneath, but with this great, like, double-bladed axe on his back as he's stepping out, and the officer is still looking over towards you, Varys.
I place the axe on the ground, and then I will just take one small step back. Still wrapped up.
Okay. They're still wrapped up. The officer takes out a knife on all the wrappings, just throws it back on either side.
Well, that was my cloak.
And when he looks at it, you're there, Lord Iron Fist. Look familiar. And at this point, the older dwarf. Now you realize where you recognize him from. You've probably seen a relation of his with Ungrim Iron Fist, the dwarf paladin who fought alongside you with Whitefang.
Oh!
Oh shit! He did say he had people up here.
He did.
I don't
And
see
he
that
also
in
didn't want to
character.
talk.
He didn't want to talk about it.
He didn't want to talk about it because very obviously he doesn't like being some sort of nobility.
Yeah.
We're all very familiar with not liking about talking about stuff.
Ah, yes.
You watch as Lord Yadair looks over. Huh. Who's been wielding this?
Giant, we killed it.
I point to Glory.
Well, specifically, she killed it.
He reaches down and picks up the axe, spins it in his hand. You're going back in the stars where you belong. Now, for you.
My safe.
And he's just like leaning it over his shoulder right now. And you guys know that Glory almost had an immediate effect once she held the axe. No effect on him.
I'm just like,
Do you honestly think any
remember-
Slayer blade would disobey the Slayer King?
Yeah. You're the owner.
I remember
Good.
what
I like
the,
extending things.
What the guy said to me.
The wizard?
He said
The
that
Archmage, yeah?
you can be at peace with it, can't you? Basically.
You can be at peace with them. Yeah. And then, of course, there's the fact of the Slayer King has command over all slaying weapons. For
Also
example.
that.
Mhm.
So, alright. So, you're the ones that the King Morin has requested be brought to his chamber. Officer, take him there. Meanwhile, I'm going to take this back to the stores. When you can, find your way towards the cult hall. And we'll see about payment for what you've done with me here. We're turning one of our oldest blades. And
Happy
he
to
just
help.
keeps it back over his side.
I'm-
And he turns, his cloak moves as he does, his heavy, like almost blood red cloak, and underneath you can just see the flicker. Gloria, you know there's like one rune on your axe. As his cloak flicked, you saw his axe. There is 6 runes, 3 on either side, just coming out point, point, point on one head, on the other head, point, point, point.
Jesus.
Woo.
I don't want to know what that does.
Kill shit.
It kills everything.
Kill stuff dead. And you were worrying.
An axe of everything slaying.
An axe of fuck you. I have an axe.
Or just poking Varys on the face, just like, hey, you were worrying.
See, am I crazy? It's just polite to tell people what you have when you're going to see the king. Jeez.
I can erase stuff from spell books, Kirok. Just done.
I don't know what that means. That. I just very blatantly turned to Zero and go, is he supposed to be threatening me? You're not very threatening.
I just remember.
I think he's going to take away something that you put in your spell book. So
I haven't read my spellbook yet. I
Okay,
can't miss something I've not got.
Oh shit, I remember what you put in a spellbook.
Alright.
Anyway.
So, would you like to follow me then?
gladly.
And I suppose, welcome. Hang on, does anyone have any more cursed weapons? Or kegs of gunpowder? Or a pocket with a dragon's head poking out, ready to try and destroy?
I mean, I used to have some
we're
dragon
all
meat.
good. We're all
No,
good.
We have this
Really?
giant adamantium bar.
That's very obvious.
That's
Yeah,
incredibly
I know,
obvious.
it's kind of hard for me to hide that.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can hide.
Just trying to hide behind your back. Like,
Just,
nothing else. Nothing else.
I
I
don't
got,
understand it fully, but it tracks giants. We're
Well-
using it to kill giants.
I mean, I do
we
pretty
Tracks.
well
talked to the
understand
king
it.
about this.
He is looking at you very intently the moment you start talking about that.
well, I got my
So,
spell
does it maybe
book.
attract giants?
No.
Don't know, does it?
Because if it does, bring it fucking in.
It might
You know
eventually.
how great it's gonna
If you're
be.
lucky.
We're gonna be sticking our dick out at the world. It's gonna be great.
I got my
Bring it
spell
in.
book, I got some
No.
potions,
enjoy
I
the
got some
giant slaying
nice
ourselves.
rocks that I found, I got some
He
bones,
just turns
got
and
some...
starts
Carrot-
walking.
Carrot
He just
chocolate.
turns and starts
Don't
walking.
worry.
Oh, okay.
Let's go.
His cloak is a long blue cloak as well.
As he leads us away, I turn and I look back at the younger guard and I do the anime. Nah.
He does the.
Good to see you're making friends already.
Ashker is just very unsettled. Just
You watch these large runic doors.
I'll go walk with Ashk.
Massive shields are on just designed onto the front of these heavy, almost golden looking doors. Like these go about 30 foot up on either side of these doors do. And you watch as something you didn't notice with all attention. As you guys approach, the officer swings his hand, and you watch as 2 statues on either side of the doors he's approaching.
Ash, do you want to lead this conversation?
And you just watch as all the dust and all the snow just parts off as 2 large, very heavily iron-looking statues just pull the door back on either side.
See, it's
Why is it
fine.
wherever we go, we always find just giant metal things that do stuff.
let's just say it's a nature of my people.
Yeah, don't
We
worry
are
too much
speaking
about
to royalty, and most of us are peasantry, so who's doing the talking?
Maybe they're compensating for something.
That's what I
Maybe don't suggest that around dwarves.
Welcome to Citadel Felbarr.
Sorry, Ashk.
Welcome to
Love you,
Citadel
dude.
Felbarr, folks. The interiors of this walls are all crafted very Mines of Moria-esque in the very square, very regimented, very specifically designed for function, but still beautifully crafted. This is not a matter of lack of quality crafting.
As I step in, my gate noticeably picks up, and I'm like, Ah, we're close. I can feel it. My land. That's good
As
to
you
be
guys
underground
enter,
again.
you enter in. There are guards. There's easily in the foyer here, just like by the top of the stairs and all around. There's at least 20. There's at least 10 guards there, but they're all just more or less at resting positions.
I want to keep an eye out for if anyone's looking particularly at myself. And the moment there isn't lots of people looking at me, whatever I think is the best moment, I'm gonna just quickly cast comprehend languages.
Okay.
Yeah, take one action.
I'm going to take Ash, then put her here.
Just throw that on myself.
Okay, so it's simple enough. You can just go to and you just cast it upon yourself, so that you can now understand all languages that are spoken. You guys are escorted through. We'll say for the sake of brevity, I will just move you guys myself, but I will describe as you go. You travel through. You go to the main market area. There are many stalls set up here. Different people selling their wares, doing their dealings. Some that, like, say, catch your eye are, say, for example, there's this small general store called it's set up. It's all gnomish. It's got moving. There's gnomish designs and everything into it. There is someone going fine dwarven crafts. He does sound
No,
distinctly
we need to bring
like
this reference in.
he is distinctly sounding like Steve Bloom.
Is there a blacksmith?
There isn't a blacksmith, but you guys can hear from the. To give you guys an idea, by the way, think of your directions as reversed. The top of the map is south. The bottom of the map is north.
Okay.
The
Okay.
left of the map is east. The right of the map is west. From the east side, you hear just ding, ding. You just hear this constant work. So you don't actually see a smith, but you are aware that the Diamond Hammer district is the east side of town. You guys are currently traveling. You guys are currently traveling through the general store, or the general areas, which is pretty much just referred to as the market district. Look at my pen. I wrote a lot of notes down. Please bear with me. This is currently called the bustling bazaar. You also hear you get the very strong smell of gunpowder as you pass through the general market. You just hear someone going, "Yes, yes, you buy, yes, yes,
God damn
this is
it.
a full keg, this is a full keg."
Yes!
For 431 pieces. And you just watch the dwarf that was talking to him binoculars. Somebody face just turns and leaves. It's this human. You buy? Where you go?
Ravs have still got that to look forward to.
I like that guy.
Oh, God, I thought he
This
was only
and
gonna be
other
there.
references.
I didn't know he'd be here. I didn't know he would be here.
The walls between realities are blurring again.
I don't care. I'm putting him in. I don't care.
Suddenly
I'm
a
putting
little bit of Dragon Age and a
A little bit of Critical Role.
As well as that, you do see a lot of shiny trinkets on this larger stall. A dragonborn, a tall but very thin dragonborn, a green one, with these almost fish-like spreaded fins along the back of the head, down the neck, and a bit on the front as well, almost like this chicken's neck kind of style. Very. Oh yes, well hello and welcome to my store. Oh, please take a look. When you're ready to come back later, do help yourself to looking around my wares.
Ashka greets him with a nod and then goes. Her face goes right back to the escort.
I lower my hood and take off my mask since we're about to see royalty, and I sidle up to Glory and say, "Get that expensive diamond out. You don't see a king without a gift. Maybe a peasant, but I know that much."
I thought everybody said not to bother.
Let's not do that.
We
I say
need-
not to bother, but he's a
Keep-
king.
I know,
Keep
but also
to the
we have other
tradition
gems. I wouldn't
of
use the
the
diamond.
people,
That's
guys.
needed for spells.
So you guys carry on through. You're taken through. You actually have to go through the temple district, the Hall of the Ancestors, and that is the west side, which is to the right of the map. There are 4 temples that you encounter as you're traveling through. Berornar, the matron goddess of dwarves. Morden has one here as well. There is a smaller temple to Odin, which also has symbology towards Thor and Tyr. And there is another temple to the Raven Queen.
As Ashka passes, she sort of makes a sort of prayer gesture to each of the dwarven gods, including Odin, Tyr. Sort of as just sort of a respectful.
I pay respect as you pass, kind of thing.
Yeah.
My walking.
Like the whole silly Christian thing where you bless yourself whenever you pass a building.
Yeah.
Gesundheit. Zero. While Zero's walking, it's not super noticeable, but to anyone paying attention, whenever we go past one of these divine statues, I sort of list away from it.
Yeah, whilst there are moments where, like, say, there are great statues and it works. For example, one has the actual temple to Odin. There are a symbology on either side, on left and right, of the two great ravens that he has. Both of them looking across to the other one and matching up into this archway where Odin is stood looking down with a great feathered and winged helmet with a spear in one hand. To the right, at the very, like, say, ground level, going up the stairs to it, there is a symbol of Thor, a hammer, a very small hammer by size comparison, held down between legs. And on the other side, there is Tyr, one-handed, wielding a massive greatsword pointing forward. You notice as
a little bit of a nod as I passed.
the travel through this area, the most, funnily enough, Odin, Moradin, and Barona, all these wonderful deities often worshipped by dwarves in all standards. The Raven Queen is actually the most well-kept temple.
Makes sense.
I stand. I basically position Glory between me and the Raven statues and say, "Look, Glory, friends."
What are you? What's happening here right now? Fine.
You probably remember Zero isn't big on gods.
Yeah, I do. But
I take a lot of interest in all the Raven stuff. Just like curious.
I'm just using her as an excuse to have something between me and the statue.
Fine, don't
You
worry.
watch as there is as well outside of the, actually at the very top of the archway for the Raven Queen Temple. The entire Raven Queen Temple is marble. It is this marble that actually mixes sometimes with the black marble, almost like they were entwined magically. It'd be the only way it makes sense. This kind of craftwork would be impossible. And at the top there is a pendulum that just every now and again goes back and forth, up or down on either side. One side has a feather, the other side has a heart weight on it. So you guys motion through this area. You
We used to come to this.
Yeah.
Forgive me, but as Ashka passes that, she shivers slightly and then goes back to the stoicism.
Everything all right?
I'll be fine.
If you're sure.
I'll be fine.
Kind of give it like a one-arm hug and then carry on.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Quick, no one's looking hug. So you guys do travel through this area. As you do. Narrowin, did you want to do anything?
I was gonna say I'm kind of like Zero, where it's like I don't really have a great affinity to the gods because alien knowledge and all that. Like, yeah.
Actually, whisper down to Roman and say, "I'm a fucking pig farmer. Should I really be going to see a king?"
Yeah. You're fine.
You've changed your tone.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I'm a peasant. Why would I see a king? It's...
Because you've killed a white dragon.
Oh, glory, but I suppose I see your meaning.
You've helped the party. I mean,
Zero, trust me, I'm feeling kind of the same way right now.
I'm a druid.
Sometimes you just go with it.
I'm a peasant and a druid. I'm not good on all this. I don't know the etiquette properly.
it's fine. I'll teach you.
Reasons.
What does
It's not
etiquette
us.
mean?
It is not for us to judge what the king wants of us.
I'm with Ash.
Okay.
I've never been summoned before a king before either. I'm not really much of anything.
There were statues as well as you passed the altars, the shrines, and ratings as well. Varus, you cast comprehend language. That's more for anything. That's for anything written as well.
I can only
So-
read it if I'm touching it. If I'm
Okay,
touching
fair enough. So Ash, can anyone else who reads Dwarvish as you pass?
I think.
You are going through
Yeah.
this area. You can read as you pass. There are many names scrawled across, many descriptors for death. As you do, you realize that this was probably where a lot of bodies have been interred. Mostly around where the Raven Queen actually has her temple is where the largest abundancy is. That seems to be the more general, whereas some have requested and have been buried at the locales, because the actual roofs for this room in particular goes up 50, 60 feet in height, and you can see even at the top there are nameplates. And you actually watch as the sections have been carved out as if the bodies have been placed in and then sealed, returned to the earth.
Please, guys, please be silent. Please be respectful for my ancestors.
I just nod my head.
Okay. You guys motion through here. You come into this hallway before you arrive towards the actual throne room. There are many. You can hear the sound of what actually sounds like combat for a moment, and you all begin getting quite nervous at that until you hear a whistle and all the violence quiets as you watch as you enter. You pass a very large sand pit. It goes down about 10 feet by. There's 5 steps down. Each step's about 5 feet, and then there's a 10-foot into the actual sand pit. And there are a lot of dwarven warriors currently training, regimented sparring and training. There are a few older humans and a few elves as well amongst them that are either looking as you can, as you glance at, you can tell the humans and the elves have a little bit more of a stature above the dwarves here, clearly brought in as instructors teaching different techniques. You guys arrive down into the throne room. As you're passing, the hallways are all covered with murals of great battles, and the stories told from where you are onward down the hall, and you see the first 7 dwarves to have been created under a symbol on one side of an anvil being struck by a hammer, and on the other side of 2 rings interlocked, the symbols of Muradin and Barona, the children walking out into the world, each son taking a hold. You see that several holds have been destroyed or fallen, and a few stand still. You see tales of a great weapon being forged. You see tales of great weapons and other things being forged by the first one to stand up as a high king wearing a great golden crown with a great gem embedded into the front of it, with this axe, this beautifully gem-encrusted axe leading his people forward into battle. From there, the murals continue of tales of sadness, of destruction, of decimation, near genocide, but then you see bodies have just been laid out in murals over great battlefields as dark figures move away, and as that is, you see some of the stones have cracked and have actual. This is genuine, not even in the mural. Stones have cracked, and flowers and grasswork have just began growing through there to display the sign of regrowth.
Aww.
As you arrive, you hear loud discussion. I will move you all down now. Put you back up here. Now.
Loud internal screaming.
Move you guys all down here. As you enter this room, the officer pipes up. The heroes are whatever they are that you requested, my lord and lady. Do you have any more requirements of me? And as this happens, currently there is a bit of a talk of nobles. There's a lot of grey beards at this, very long beards as well. Several guards usually are posted at each one, so axe and shield. These heavily runically designed weapons. All these dwarves look towards you guys. The king, who I will describe for you now, this elderly-looking dwarf. This long, his hair grows into the beard, and they match through. Like there's no separation for it. It's just this long, flowing beard. His crown, you see, is this. How do I best describe this now? His crown is best pointed out as if two large wings of a dragon, with the dragon's head at the front, a red gem at the center, and two emeralds on either side around the headpiece, with the side guards on both sides of it. He has many braids in his hair going down. It's very well treated and oiled and taken care of. The two center points for his beard down on his side have locks, and then further down the braids into this very large, much like how Iron Fist had one as well, this large band at the bottom of his beard. Beside him, then you see this older woman of a dwarf. You're used to seeing Ashkin. Now you can really tell the difference between an older and a younger dwarven lady. She carries herself with grace, but she's aged. There's a great many gray hair in her ginger locks that come up into these large curls of hair braided together on either side. Only one or two small tufts of ginger underneath her face, and he raises his hand up. That is quite all right. We've no more need of your business, officer. Thank you for your time and bringing them towards us. Now then, I call this court to quiet, and I will bid you adieu for our next appointed discussion. Thank you for your time, lords and ladies. And everyone begins getting up and leaving.
Ashka immediately goes into that stance for when it's almost like army officers when they've
10 hut.
Head up.
And she's just rigid. She's just rigid, hands behind her back, just in that waiting pose.
But Glory would notice this. She's ever so slightly shaking.
I just hear a 10 hut and go, huh?
I lower my eyes and sort of try to keep my head lowered, and before I step in the room, though, I say, in Drudaic, deep places of the earth give me strength, and just walk in behind everyone else.
Okay.
I'm just looking around at everything, just really curious.
You are really curious. Now, at the top
low.
of this, there's a single point in the roof, where light's coming through, and there's a small gem where that is. And from that point, light is connecting, and you can see where it's connected to. There are gems in the room around it, where from those points it is brightening up the room on all sides.
Like Egyptian mirrors?
Egyptian mirrors with diamonds.
Ooh.
Probably the easiest way to set up light in this room. And by your travels inward as well, you can tell that you're probably underneath one of the peaks of the mountain as well. Like you're almost dead center under a peak of a mountain, because it is a good few hundred feet inwards directly. The noblemen get up and their entourage leaves, and as they do, the officer had left, and many like him, these large blue helmet, blue scaled armor, blue cloaked, with these great war hammers on their back, all step in from the east side, all down, and just are all now essentially flanking on all sides the king and queen, who the king currently has his hands folded over them. You can see many encrusted gems, rings, on these muscly, gnarled arms of just clearly a dwarf that's seen his better years, but you can tell he's still not exactly a lightweight. And besides him, then gracefully, she's wearing lighter clothes, brighter colors, with opals and rubies encrusted, almost like in this one after the other pattern along a small necklace. Her ring on her ring finger, she has the exact same ring as him, which is it is two interlocked rings that have been just molded into each other to form the wedding band, the dwarven wedding band.
Ah.
At this point, King Morin, not really focusing across to you, was, "Am I correct to assume you have a letter for my person? I would like to see it."
Yes, sir.
And as he does that, he motions, and you taking out the letter, a figure you hadn't seen before that was up against the wall. This elven figure, half-elven figure, with this bearded, very finely trimmed face, just steps almost out of a shadow, just takes, begins stepping over towards the king and lays it down next to him before taking his position towards the king's left from where you guys are. Long, cloaked figure, the general sneaky type. "Thank you, laddie." And he breaks the seal. "Well, Hammer, I've spoken to one of them in a while. This is another request to deal with a troll raid, I swear." He just begins unfurling it back and just reads through it. And there's just this long pause as he's just reading. And his wife is also alongside him reading, and he's lifted it over a bit for her to watch as well and read through. He leans up to the elf and just whispers, with his hand covered. And the elf motions and steps out to the east again, out of your line of sight and out of your peripherals.
It's going great, guys.
Nashka is still.
He
sort
lays
of
down the scroll on the table in
Rituals.
front of him. "If I'm correct to assume what has been written here is true, then you have done not only a great deed by dwarven standard, but a great deed to an ally, and one that a dear friend of ours long ago. You see, Forehammers have a bit of a history with us, a good history, so before you begin fretting. And at their request, we can relinquish one of the tokens they've given us as a merit of goodwill and present it to an ally. As such," and he sees the elf figure walk back in. His hand is currently clasped over his hand, and he begins stepping towards the party, towards the first person, which is probably going to be either Ashk or Glory. And he just opens his hands, and there is 2 golden lions. And he just hands it over.
Glory will be behind Ashk, so it'll be to Ashk.
Ashka sort of very sharply nods the head and takes it.
Almost too quickly, snatches it.
No, it's sort of that military thing of just order. She just sort of she nods the head, takes it, and then turns to the pose.
And he also looks at you all and, would you be ever at ease? Too many people get nervous.
What?
Ashka,
I'm just standing here.
I'm just doing
cool as a
standing
cucumber.
normally.
Zero immediately farts and it's like, sorry.
Ashka sort of.
The king lifts up his side next to the queen, just lifts it up a bit, and you just see his hand pull his arm back. "No, you're not doing that."
Glory
I'm
does
too-
relax
I'm-
a little bit. She was very.
I'm
like,
too
on
close
edge.
to you. I'm too close to you for that.
Both me and Erin are
It'd be
just
like
like,
a,
we're not on edge.
Yeah, we're just sitting here, just
My character was, but as soon as he said not to be, I farted and I was like, sorry.
And
I kinda
Ashka
relax a
sort
little.
of. Ashka doesn't really. There's a sense of.
She's like, "Okay, relax," but I'm still tense as fuck.
Yeah.
I know that one. I know that one quite
I
well.
just sort of half muttered, sorry, I'm a pig farmer, I don't know the etiquette.
Alright, using my telepathic thing, go, "Yeah, it's fine, buddy. Yeah, just you know, you're good.
You say that to Zero.
Yeah,
Um,
with the telepathic.
He looks to you all. "So it is to my understanding that you're dragon and giant slayers to the knowledge that surpassed my halls."
Yeah.
And he begins tapping his finger on the table as he speaks as well, looking, and he is making eye contact with every one of you, and you can feel his presence direct on each one of you as he talks, and he does pass through you all as he goes.
I say, aye, it's true. The moon pigs have slain these creatures.
Not our name.
Shuffles uncomfortably, but
Please tell me that's not your actual name. I am not going to
It's
write
not.
down on any wall in here a moonpig.
It's not our actual name.
no, sir. We currently do not have a name yet, sir.
Some may call us the shits.
We
We
been
didn't
going
like
by
that.
You
moon
watch as he
pigs,
looks
admittedly.
very faced at Roman.
Yeah, some people didn't like that. I know. It's
Please forgive him, sir.
just kind of a hard swallow. Just
Yeah, it is very much so a do you realize who you're talking to face. Which you very quickly realize who you're talking to when you start shutting up.
I pull out the 4 out of 5 types of dragon scales that I have and just sort of like a deck of cards. It's like,
He looks across at you and motions for you all to step to the other side of the table to him.
I put it back.
If he motions for me to do it, then I'll do
We
it.
have been going by fate, something. The lunar fate, maybe? I don't know.
We got some ideas.
For now, I'm going to call you the Dragon Slayers. And as he's trying to talk, his wife does put her hand on his. No, I don't think that. Maybe the Heroes of Faerun for now, shall they?
Forgive me for speaking out of turn, sir, but I initially proposed Soldiers of Fate. We were gathered together by circumstance, sir, so it seemed the most fitting name, sir.
He looks over the bird. You're about to tell me that thing's a soldier.
No.
We're working on it, sir.
You're working on it.
We're working
for now,
on it.
for now, we're just going to say I'm going to refer to you as the Giant Stalkers. And until a name better suited comes, if you're ever called upon, I'm going to go say, look for the Giant Stalkers.
An honor, sir.
And he begins furling his hand. Now then, Stalkers, I have a proposal for you. Now, it's not exactly something you can do right now, but it is something you can look at in the future. And as he's talking, he immediately pauses and looks over at Glory. You can tell there's a hint of something in his eye looking at her, and then looks up at the device she has still on her shoulder.
Oh yeah, I forgot I had that.
You're carrying around a toy, is it, lass?
Yes, sir. Something we took from a giant.
He motions over for the elf. The elf steps away. 2 or 3 minutes pass where he is not speaking, and neither is his wife. And as he steps back, you see that there's this older dwarf as well. Beard actually coming underneath his long robes as he steps in. Oh yes, what can I do for you? And he points over towards the... Whatever that is, I want it identified. Leave it on the ground if you wouldn't mind.
We believe that this might be a threat, sir. Hence why we
Then
have
I would
kept
like to
it
know everything
under-
about this threat. And he just raises his hand to you all and just motions for the runesmith to step forward. The runesmith just begins taking out several
I'll put it down and
symbols
take a step back.
Yeah, the smith says, thank you very much. All right then, I'll be taking a look at this right now then. And just begins touching several runes on his... he touches, and you notice there's actually a particular pattern how he touches the... each one of his rings has a different rune on it. And puts his hands down onto the rod for a short period. Hey sir, this is a... And a minute passes. And you could tell he's cast Identify. But apparently the runesmiths have a different way of casting. He looks back to his king. Sir, this item can be used to locate particular objects. They can perform the spell referred to as locate object. However, its radius of searching is far increased where things of adamantite.
Just step forward and say, well, could have told you that. And I will mention some of the other stuff that's happened while I've been using it.
How much do you mention? You have to be specific.
You're gonna have to be specific.
You're gonna have to be specific.
You can't be vague.
I will
Zero
mention
just blurts out, it's a giant tracker.
as much as what what it did without mentioning names and races.
That you saw a person through a person's eyes.
I won't
Saw.
mention any names, where they were, or what they were. For now.
Ashka
person.
Kind,
You won't mention the
Ashka kind of-
person, but you'll mention the giant, the whip, all that. Because you can't mention half of this. You're
Yeah.
gonna have to.
I'll say, yeah.
You just say you didn't recognize what kind of person it was, and you describe this scene.
I'll mention the giant.
Ashka sort of
And you physically describe him as well. But go on, Ash. Go on, Ash.
Ashka kind
I'll
of
tell them.
clarifies on some points, like a police officer was giving
Yeah,
a
the
report.
cross-reference.
Yeah.
And you just hear this like very heavy sigh from. How many times do I have to pretend Duke Salto is dead? Is that Kirok with her hand up?
Yeah. Should we tell about the two that came to Tribor with the thing they dug up? That's probably important, right?
Probably worth mentioning, yeah.
Sure.
Though I'm not sure if
What
it was in the
page?
letter.
Well,
We didn't read the letter.
You didn't read the letter. You don't know what was written in it, so you can say these if you'd like.
Yeah, we were currently present in Tribor, sir, and we were the unfortunate observers of a giant attack.
They were dicks.
They were very much in.
He watches
in
the king actually nods to Kirok.
Glory actually flinches.
And I'm
We
like, to
have
be fair,
reason
they
to
weren't
believe that they were searching for a very specific object, sir.
And you begin describing the adamantite, how it looks like a steel
Yeah.
band, an adamantite band with a piece taken out of it to look like a C almost.
They were fire giants, right?
They
They were fire giants, yep.
Yeah, if
And they were
I
using
would
a
just-
rod. They were using the rod much like that.
I'll just.
And we
jump up
got this rod off a female one, which
say
we
the-
probably killed.
the
yeah.
the giants that invaded Tribor.
That's
I
cocked.
wouldn't be surprised if Zolto was involved in
Ooh,
that.
22. He thinks back very long. You can tell that this guy's probably in his late 500s.
Who, the mage guy? Rune guy.
The king.
The king, yeah.
Sorry.
The king is very much so in his late 500s and thinks very long and very far back. The only way they forge that is if they can't be trying to reforge that, can they? No, that'd only be a thing. And his eyes go wide for a moment, and you can tell something just went in his head. Alright, so I'll mark that back. There's two things I have to request of you. First thing I'll have to request to you is when you feel you are amply prepared, as you seem to be the most capable amongst all that live currently in this world at taking out giants. To the northeast of here, there's been many of our towns nearby that have been ransacked by giants. Fire giants to be exact. Under the tutelage, training, and no doubt influence of Duke Zalto. And Duke Zalto is the son of a bitch who just doesn't seem to want to die. 4 times in the last 100 years we've attempted to kill the bastard. Every time he seems to come back, no matter how much we're certain we brought his head back with us.
Glory
So,
looks a little bit crestfallen.
I mean, in theory, that could be a good match because they tried to kill me 3 times and that didn't work, so we're almost level. Yeah.
he begins describing Duke Zalto as having this crest, almost like this backplate that rises up in this flame pattern. This really heavy black plate armor. This almost indestructible armor that gun, axe, sword, magic have just seemed to ping off of with little to no effect, and a terrible flaming greatsword that he would wield with devastating effect. He had long brown or long ginger beard with a braid of a giant's face with this long mask down the front.
As he's describing
Ooh.
him, Glory just slowly loses all color in her face, just as it goes along.
Yeah. She goes pink.
Sure.
She goes like a normal person color.
She almost goes to a normal person color.
Gashk sort of interrupts as the description goes, and forgive me, sir, we've had one member of our party, sir, has had considerable casualties to fire giants previously. Let's just say the scars are still running deep, sir.
Excellent. So I'm going to make sure those scars are as deep as possible so that she can drive whatever blade she wants into them to carve scars just as deep into this big bastard. How's that sound? And he just gives you a glare for a moment, Ash. So, Duke Zalto has been a serious problem in my kingdom for quite some time.
Is that what they call it?
Would be a kingdom. At present, dwarves are a bit disbanded between us and Guntal Grim, which brings me to my second point, but I will leave that for a moment.
As Gauntlet Grim is mentioned, Ashka sort of shuffles a little bit.
So, my proposal is this. If you bring me back proof that you have killed Fire Duke Zalto at any point in the future, well, how do I put this politely? He takes out a map. And as he takes out the map, he rolls it out, and it is the entire of Faerun. You'll pick a point on this map. I'll have a keep built for you where you want it.
Sick.
How does that sound?
You honor us, sir.
Indeed.
Castle Moonpig.
That's so sick.
Varys, no!
I agree. Castle Moonpig. That would be wonderful. We might have to settle on a location later.
I don't imagine you to just storm off right now and kill Zalto. He's
Sorry, no, Your Highness, we do have business in the Underdark to attend to.
kind of fitting because that's going to follow in my next task for you. So, to start with, Barduk Zalto has been supposedly designing a weapon of great power, one that was used in the ancient times in the wars between giant and dragon, and was the one thing that for 100 years kept back the greatest hordes of dragons by itself. And he looks over towards, and now you watch as the walls, there are stone statues in each of them. You've probably seen our own constructs. Needless to say, giants have a tendency to make things a little bigger than us. Their equivalent of a golem would be a terrifying thought.
Ugh.
Exactly, dear. That's what they're trying to rebuild. The only problem is they have no hope of finding enough adamantite in this world or the next to forge such a creature. They're going around looking for parts. Needless to say, your rods are in part of that. So, what I'll be using that rod for, if it's left with me, is my forces will, alongside our slayers, I'll make sure that Iron Fist is in charge of this affair, we'll be traveling around slightly with that lovely piece of kit. And every time we happen to maybe identify a large moving piece of adamantite within a certain distance, we'll kill that giant and take that rod. And we'll just begin building ourselves a lovely horde. Our own horde of rods. A horde, if you could.
Yeah.
So
like-
we're going to be sticking to him in that way.
Zero is trying to stifle a joke as hard as he can.
So proud of you.
He looks now. So then, to my second point. There is no forge bar one in the entire world that could melt that much adamantite and then forge it. The one that could is in Gontalgrim. And as such, the great forge that lies in that city, its fire can be stolen. If this fire is stolen, its fire will go out. They'll take that fire and bring it to Ironslag. I don't know how, I don't know when, I don't know why, but they will try that eventually. That's what I want you to go do next. That's your first task. Ironslag will take a bit of time for you to be ready to go to.
How do you steal fire?
Sticks.
Yeah. I just nodded to Kirok and conjure fire in my hand and let it vanish again.
Exactly, you just make more fire.
Prometheus
more
may have
complicated.
something to say about that, Kirak.
Who?
Patron saint of human people. It was believed that the gods, when they were being tyrants over humans, fire was given to the humans in a sort of act of rebellion. He was a
Humans are
god
weird.
figure, but
I know,
down.
right?
Somebody I actually admire in a way.
As he's speaking, well, that's all well and good. However, the fire of a titan would be a difficult thing, and if they take it, well, there goes most of the economic power of Gauntlet in one fell swoop. And if they happen to, I don't know, maybe get killed, and the object they use to take the creature gets broken or open, suddenly we're going to have another elemental war on our hands, and I'm not keen on that risk.
Yeah,
So-
elemental wars are not good.
Use.
That's going to be my request. Bear in mind, guys, he rolled a fucking 19 and had a +4 to his, +5 to his history. So he's thinking long back.
The
should've
dawn
whispered
of
to Ash.
time!
I sort of whispered to Ashk in Drudaic, elemental war would be a problem for our kind.
I
Elemental
understand
war
what he
has
does.
been a problem for my kind.
Ashka she most definitely has heard what Zero has said, but she just seems very, very
Zoned
adamant on staying. She's heard it. You can actually tell that she has
Yeah.
responded to it.
My
from the
Drudaic
level.
senses instantly perked up at the idea of an elemental war. Was like, that would be bad, that would be bad, that is not balanced, that is bad.
Mhm. So it's more that an eyebrow raised, but it's quite obvious that she is still trying to adhere to formality.
As he's talking as well, he perks up for a moment. Do you ever hear the tale of how a small volcano may have erupted, Mount Hotno, in the north near Neverwinter 50 years ago, destroying
Oh.
it and many small towns around it? Small places like Helm's Hold, Thunder Tree, all these kind of places were wiped out. And you'll remember Thunder Tree.
Yeah, we went to Cinder's Tree.
Into
Yep.
Thunder Tree. We killed a dragon.
place-
We killed a
that
dragon
place-
there.
That place got completely destroyed 50 years ago by the undead that were created by the actual lava affair.
Oh.
That happened because someone briefly let the bastard out. Needless to say, we're not exactly going to be letting him back out. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to Guntelgrim and you're going to warn the kings, and as he's doing this, he's tapped his fingers, a quill and a pen have been brought to him, as well as a wax seal thing, and he just began writing. You're going to go, you're going to show them this seal, you're going to tell politely, excuse me, get the fuck out of my way, to anyone bar the king, and you're going to hand this to the king and his advisors. He just snaps the seal down onto it. It's just the seal of Citadel Felbarr. And it is just this massive shield that has just got arrows pinging off of it. Now then, I've given you one gift. The words you can use to call upon their aid is Needless to say, it's had a few names. When you decide on a new one, you can tell them. Until then, just using my name, Morin, will be enough. Now then, send for him! And the elven again goes and walks off again. And at this point, he comes back another 5 minutes later. As he's talking, it's still continuing. So, to get to Gauntled Grim, you'll have to go by the deep roads. Through the deep roads, you'll have to get through several areas of the Underdark as well. Thankfully, one of my most trusted clerics has been traveling through this region. Has lost several people on his quests and journeys. However, his experience will no doubt be useful to you. And until such time as he or I decree that he must leave your party, he is more than welcome to join you on your adventures. Durinash Brand! Step forward! Ravs, would you like to introduce yourself?
Firstly, my ears, ow.
Sorry.
Shit,
We do that.
I did not make a token. I am so fucking behind. I'm gonna.
There's your token.
Huh?
Hang on, I'm on the GM there.
Ravs,
Nice
just
token.
say the word, dude.
There we
Hey.
are. Okay.
Ravs, just say the word, dude.
Say the word. Oh,
Yeah, bird.
Bird is the word.
bird. Tyrock.
Well, what I mean is I've designed a crest pretty much for
Oh.
pretty much the main people of the party. So if you need one, let me know.
Okay. Well, Durin is going to walk into the room and kneel, looking up at the king and the queen.
Arise, Ashbrand. Allow me to present to you the party which will be aiding you in your ventures. You are to serve as their guide through the deep roads to Gauntled Grim. Until such time as you decree, you may stay with the party and aid them in their quests, as they can aid you in the quest that has been given to you by her lady goddess Berona.
If that is your wish, then I would be happy to serve.
Excellent. And he looks towards the party, he looks at them all. To my understanding, I'll begin with the most colourful. This Arakokra is referred to as Kira,
Hi.
daughter
Greetings.
of both destiny and legacy, glory. Ashk Korriban of the First Legion of Gauntled Grim.
Ashka sort of does the typical military
Ding.
Salute.
salute.
Varys Valorin, last of his name, last of his house.
Just nod silently.
Druid of the Underdark, Zero Lido. And alchemical dragon stir-fry wonder, Roman Nomarin.
That's the best title.
Oh, dear.
Please tell me that was part of his history check.
Yeah, they're all separate
We
ones,
need the
guys.
cookbook now.
That's his
At the-
title.
How
At
to
the
make
men-
dragons, how to serve dragons.
Yeah. I
At
was
the
thinking like
mention-
a Ken Holm thing of dragon
Go on,
food made
Ravs.
easy or something.
At the mention of the Underdark Druid, Durin looks at them rather suspiciously, but nothing much more than that.
I sort of look at him sideways as well, like a cleric.
For those who see, you see a cleric with a warhammer and a shield in full plate armor. His shield has the emblazed symbol of an eye on the front. And above that, there is the symbols of a ring and two rings interlocked and olive branches underneath. Two symbols of Verona. I keep trying to mess up that god's name. I'm just going to struggle so hard. New gods, they're always difficult. That's why I choose guys I know.
Would I being a paladin of Moradin, would I reckon and
Oh, definitely. You recognize these symbols.
I exchange a greeting of the holy holy symbol to Rav's character. Sorry, I've forgotten the name.
Durin.
Sorry, not to
Durin
interrupt. I just
Ashbrand.
rolling a religion
Mhm.
check to see if I knew what the fuck he was a cleric of.
I look surprised, but return the salute.
Yes, and you can now tell that this is in fact a paladin. You can tell by the symbology. There is definitely the paladin symbol of Moradin. If you would like to, you can make a religion check for the other symbol.
Grabs his first roll, no pressure.
And it's going to be that 20.
Is that pretty average?
A common enough god. Sylvanas is the god of nature, more focused on Druidic arts and traditions more than the dwarvish. Bit weird for a dwarf to be worshipping Sylvanas.
I've just changed my name to Turin Ashbrand in the chat, and I just noticed there's a fucking Triceratops.
My dude, that is so much of a long story. We can't
That
even
is a
begin.
very long story.
I will
To
say
give you an
though,
idea, I got caught on the spot by someone for a one-shot arena,
Sorry.
and he
It's great
said,
we had
"I would
mice,
like."
don't worry about
He
it.
said that I would like to polymorph into a Triceratops. I had the stats prepared, so I had to make a token for him real quick, and I named it a fucking Triceratops.
That is an out of context quote.
I'll try, I'm sorry, but
I will say though, Rav's icon is like 75% beard and then a little bit of face.
I can
He
agree
is a
to that.
dwarf.
Hmm.
He's a dwarf.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, look
so,
at the king.
so
Yeah.
I knew of Morden, but was it another
You are
symbol
aware
I
of it.
rolled for?
You were. That was for Sylvanas, the god of nature.
Who had that on their armor?
That was Ashk Kurben, who is the
Ashk,
dwarf who had the
okay.
symbol of Muradin as well. She had the symbol of
Oh.
both.
Oh, okay.
She clearly serves a duality, which is not uncommon. It's just it is uncommon. It's just not unheard of. You know, it's not like a blasphemous thing. You can certainly worship too. So at this point, Queen Tithmeh, who's been very quiet at this entire conversation. So then, you have been given your trial and your task. We thank you very much for your assistance in this matter. As a sign of goodwill, we wouldn't want to leave you unprepared. If the Slayers Guild have anything worth value to offer you, please let them know on my accord. I'll send a message to them that I have requested this. As well as this, do make sure you do head towards our Forge district, and we'll see if any of our smiths will be able to aid you in any way. So do head to the Diamond Hammer district.
Thank you, Your Majesty. Just to clarify, I have a very personal quest in the Underdark. We are permitted to commit to that first, are we not?
Queen Tithmel thinks for a moment, then looks to her husband, who nods back to her knowingly. The task we have given you is an important one, needless to say. We're concerned for how quickly the issue may arise. The issue may have very well already occurred, and we've just not heard word back. So long as you don't take a year out.
Oh, of course. You see, the woman I love may be in danger. I am rather
A lover's quest.
eager.
And at this point, Mordin looks up again, giving another nod towards Queen, she stood up when she spoke, but he didn't stand up when he spoke. So this should be of no bother to us if you choose to continue on with your own quest and continue ours as well. So long as you don't lose our Ashbrand in your journeys, will be most appreciated. And she nods over towards the cleric. Now then, with our gifts, our advice, and our, for lack of a better word, permissions to be receiving of a gift, we'll bid you adieu. And she gives a slight bow. The king gives a nod. You now notice as he reaches down into the underneath the table and actually pulls out a golden cane that's almost as tall as he is, and pulls himself up onto it. And even though there is that oldness and that frailty there, you can still see there is a great strength to him. And as he walks, you do notice he's missing one leg. It is just
Oh.
like a fake leg down from, like, say, hip down. And she just walks out with him. All the guards,
Been dismissed, so we leave.
yeah, all the guards move out to the east side, which, for the scripture again, east is the left.
Ash gives a very, very formal bow as they leave and sees herself out. She's still very, very tense and settled.
Okay.
Yeah, I nod at the king, bow, and walk off in front of the party. I guess waiting for them to join up with me to the left.
That would be they've all gone to the left now. The king and all has gone to the left now, and that is towards the Diamond Hammer district.
The rune wizard guy.
He left with
did
king.
He go with them?
Oh yeah, he left with the king.
Okay, that's fine.
The Slayer King.
No, with the with
rune.
king.
Oh, okay.
The rune.
The person who identified the rod for him, as well as that several guards did come back, lift up the rod between themselves and carry it out, following the king.
That went well.
I'm so glad we don't have that wrong.
It's one less thing to worry about.
And they'll make good use of it.
Shut up.
Hey, Betty, what's going on?
Hello?
Hi.
I come up to him.
Don't
So
get that close to a person. That's not good personal space.
Sorry.
I'm gonna use my alien telepathic thing and talk to Ash, going, should I not tell him I'm a warlock, or, what's the best?
I come up to him and extend my hand in a handshake to the cleric and say, hello, I'm Zero, the Druid of the Underdark.
Druid of the Underdark. I've never quite heard of one, but yes, I offer my hand.
Nature
out
is
as well.
everywhere, friend.
I guess. I shake his hand back.
To be clear, I despise gods and I'm not a fan of clerics.
I
But,
snatch my hand back.
but having said that, as you can see, I get along awful well with the paladin here. I have my own personal issues, which may be founded on an enchantment of some sort placed upon my person. I seek to get along well with you, but I don't want to lie to you either. I've had troubles in the past with the worship of gods.
To let you know as well, when he shook your hand, it was just like, he does have a gauntleted plate armor on, but when he with you, you could tell quite easily he could probably break your arm.
Holy shit. Okay.
He's a not you.
Other way around.
You couldn't break anyone if you tried.
You were
This
shaking
druid is
hand
made
of
of toothpicks.
you were shaking hands. You were shaking the hand of a very frail, currently now because he has his face mask off, a very pale, white-haired, thin-looking human.
I'm gonna kneel down in front of the cleric and, look him in the eye and say, the woman I love is in grave danger in the Underdark, and I'm to understand you are to lead us down there. It behooves me more than you know that you are sisters, and I cannot thank you enough for what you're doing.
Ashka sort of walks up behind Zero and says, "There is two sides to the balance, Durin. Let us just say that Zero covers one half, and I cover the other. We have a mutual understanding in this regard."
We're like
I had something to say there.
Did you say that in character?
No. Yes. No.
I had something to say. Yeah, no, I forgot.
we're like one big happy unhappy family.
We've had our differences, but I am always happy to put my problems out in the open rather than hide them.
The balance
As-
always shifts.
I know I
That's
am a creature
quite-
of the deep dark, and it does unsettle many, but I am hoping to do what's in everyone's best interest.
As a Feanor of Berenar, I am not quick to judge and try to see the good in people.
That
Well,
sound
if you
did
look
come
hard
in
enough,
in
you may
character as
found-
well.
If you look
I
hard
think
enough,
this
you
all
may
the
find
time.
a sliver in me, but perhaps only a sliver. I have one request of you, and it is a good time to say this to all of you. I was charmed, which I don't entirely know what's going on down there, but the woman I am in love with is potentially in danger, and so is my Drudaic master potentially in danger. But we may come across a situation where they or others are charmed. I request that you do not attack too readily, lest you slay an innocent. Wait
I
for my
s-
go ahead in particular if we are at risk of slaying my love.
I seek to preserve life, not to end it.
There are ways to remove spells.
There is, but when we're in the Underdark, and I know for many of you, things in the Underdark, if, say, I don't know, one's possessed by some sort of monstrosity or is controlled by some witch, or I have no idea, but if that does be the case, the temptation may be there to slay it. But I just beseech you, don't hurt her.
Following your lead on this one, we ain't gonna hurt anyone that you tell us not to.
I turn.
Thank
I
you for
turn
that.
to.
Promise
I
to try.
turn to Durin, to Glory, and to Zira, and say, the issue in which their Majesties have called us upon today. I have a suspicion that both our colleagues' problem and this problem are one and the same. More than likely, if we forgive me, there is almost a case of killing two birds with one stone in this sense.
I believe the
Kira,
expression is
don't worry
killing
about
two.
that.
The turn of
I sort
phrase
of,
said it
I
one,
sort of
but
nudge
don't
ask
worry.
and I say it's 2 stones with 1 bird. Thank you very much.
Wink.
I love how basically I had Blue go, "Ah!" And as she did, my thing immediately, like my tiny chat immediately cut out.
I turn to Blue and say, "You're capable of slaying 2 stones, are you not?"
Your
More than
party,
capable. The
Depends
feathered
on
one,
the stone.
That was still not a good metaphor, actually, now I think about it.
I just did that to put her at ease. Anyway, having said that, if my master, oh, did I mention my master is a deep gnome, a silverborn,
No.
if you will? Well, he is.
Oh,
If
you
you-
say, you know me?
Yeah, no, well, deep gnome.
Maybe once.
Yeah,
different
I mean,
subrace
one and the
of
same.
yours,
One and
but-
the same.
I glare at Varus.
Well,
It's catchy.
if he does turn out to be a dick, I'll be the first one to put his head in a pike.
Duran just is looking at every member of this party in utter confusion right now.
We get that a lot.
We get that a lot.
I just nod to him and say, "Don't worry, I was a higher hand until recently. I know the feeling." I put my
We
mask
are
and my
a
hood back on.
strange
And now
crew,
we love
but
him.
We are. But you will find us to be a very, very well gelled team. We have our strengths.
I take off my arcane focus glove and give him the new cleric a handshake and then put it back on.
Yep.
Can I
exchange
talk
a
to you in
handshake.
DM whispers for a second?
Ooh.
Oh, I'm being asked
Ooh,
to DM
the
whispers.
DM is getting a
What
whisper.
DM is being whispered to? What is this?
We're just going completely off
What
book
is
tonight.
happening?
What is
Hey,
happening?
guys.
I'm vastly confused, but tell you what isn't confusing, the layout of Game T's website.
We not do this.
As Zero, the druid.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It takes some time with all the
Names.
things. Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah.
I used to have a note that was literally just everyone's names and their race and class.
Oh my god.
It's a good note to have.
Yeah.
Kirok, as you were talking, I'd like you to make a perception check, please.
What?
Those two things leading into each other is not good.
That's not nice.
Kirok or just Kirok, just for clarification.
Just Kirok.
Cool.
Nah,
Me either.
Yeah, you don't see anything.
I'm looking at the
apart
new guy.
Yeah, you're looking at this glorious beard motherfucker. You don't know. You don't know.
I love my party.
Do, 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 do,
I
do,
trust
do.
them all immensely. None of them would ever do anything wrong to me.
No, I'm sure not.
You don't see anything.
I'm
Okay,
two. I'm
we have a
2
large
years
amount of-
old. Leave me alone.
We have a large amount of money and a lot of preparation to do. I'll let you lead that. I am a little exhausted after that, and I also need to use the bathroom. That gas was a message. Ooh, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Right,
Too much information.
He's acting weird. I'm in try checking.
I purposely did that because nobody goes to the bathroom in D&D, so I'm going to be the first.
The first person to go to the bathroom.
Exactly.
I beg to differ. We all know Grog Strongjaw did go to an outhouse.
That's true. We didn't actually
No,
go to the
I don't
bathroom.
think-
My
I don't
character.
know.
No, he
That's
clearly
true.
went to the bathroom, guys. He clearly
He
went
went
to
to
the
the
bathroom.
bathroom.
Oh shit.
Well, I'm literally going to go to the bathroom. You guys talk like yourselves.
Oh, you meant in character?
Do what you need to.
No,
Zero.
no.
Both. Be right back.
Alright.
Okay, right. What are we doing?
We're going to the Underdark, I suppose.
Well,
To
we've got
the
some
Underdark. Is there any
preparations to do.
preparations we need to do? I don't know anything. I've never been to the Underdark.
Oh, I've got some items that I would need to source before we head out.
Plus,
How
we
are
have
we
a
on
good
potions?
word with
When
That's
not-
a
I
good
need
good
some.
word in the Diamond's Forge. So
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
be curious to see what the
I'd be
wares
happy
would
to go
be.
weapon shopping.
I think we could probably
You
do
can-
with the restock on potions
and
after that
also
dragon fight.
We need to go to the Slayers.
We
I
also need to go
I
to the
forgot that.
Slayers.
They told us that 2 minutes ago.
I wanna go-
I've told
You
you,
mean
that
2 hours
twice in the
ago?
last 2 hours. No, I told you twice in the last 2 hours.
I want to go speak to the rune master guy.
Okay, you make an investigation check to find him then.
Splitting up to be back in like 2 hours.
You eventually find your way to him after inquiring, and he has found himself back into this, more or less this research lab that he has in one of the eastern corridors. As he's in there, he's focused, and he does have guards outside, and the guards are aware of you from previous. One of them steps in with you when you do enter to seek, and he goes, yes, what can I help you with, my boy? Right?
Um,
Hmm?
a couple
What
of
is it
things.
you require?
Firstly, the rod that we had a look at
Aye, the right you had.
didn't tell you everything.
I
I'm
know
back.
you didn't.
Ooh,
Can
I've been at this game for a fair while, boy.
And I'll just. Hopefully there's a chair, 'cause I would like to just put up a chair, just slowly start talking through exactly what happened.
Okay, as you are looking for a chair, you just feel one just immediately take you underneath the legs as he just moves his hand, and you're now sat in a chair. Your knees are kind of up towards your chest almost because it's a dwarven chair.
That's fine.
He sits himself up, hand on knees, and just goes, so then, will I tell you what I saw first, or you tell me?
Well, what did you say?
I don't know, what did you see?
Can I insight check in with you bullshitting? Did he actually see anything?
You make an insight check.
Look, it's Varys, the most suspicious person on the team.
That feel when your dice
Suspect
roll
or
goes
suspicious?
everywhere? Where did that dice go?
The DM has lost the dice, quick!
Quick, break the game!
Do something crazy!
That was the 20 I needed as well. Fuck.
Guys,
Oh, there
did you
it
know
is.
that you can double dash
Found
and
it.
travel at like a ridiculous speed?
Oh my god, yeah.
Faster than the speed of sound.
No, I tried. That doesn't work.
You're
Only
looking
while
at this
wearing
guy.
games.
I did the math.
You're looking at him currently. You're trying to like try to fish out an answer out of him. You're looking him straight on. He's pretty much looking you side on, just like this constantly. Aye, and I do, and you just can't You're irritated by this. You just can't figure this old man out.
Son of a... I'll tell him what happened. Exactly. Everything.
Oh, excellent, because I hadn't a fucking clue.
Ah, you got duped.
I was going to tell him anyway. So.
Yeah. So you begin speaking to him about it. Is there anywhere the conversation wants to go, or you're just checking with him what he saw compared to you?
I just want him to be... It's not something that's happened before, and I didn't know it could happen.
Neither did I when I identified it.
So I want to let him know that. I also want to ask him 2 questions. One about the name of the spells.
Aye. About what? What you be asking about,
Scrying.
lad? Speak up.
Scrying.
Oh, aye, the scrying spell. That's a handy little yoke.
About, is it possible for them, if I scryed on, let's say I scryed on someone.
A highly paranoid person or a particularly magically adept person will be able to discern the fact that they are being scryed upon. For example, someone who might have a spell prepared around an area to ensure nothing gets in might be able to tell that some sort of energy or magic has
So it's possible.
protruded in and would be aware of that, and ergo might be able to investigate it. And you'd best be careful, because if they find it, if they're powerful enough, they might be able to see right back at you. Maybe even cast something through it at you.
Ooh.
Is it possible that that could have already happened?
Aye.
When... Is there any way of knowing?
No. I need to know everything about the instant, and well... There didn't seem many spells to be cast, lad.
Okay.
Do you have a
So,
number 2 question for me?
Yeah. I'm looking to source an item that would help me either...
For an elf of great intelligence, you sure as hell take time with your words, boy.
I'll need to word this correctly. Either stay hidden or appear to be not who I am,
Oh, you want like a head to disguise or something?
if that's a thing.
Hey, that is a thing. Head to disguises are a handy little cap. They're a green cap with a blue feather coming out of it. You put it on properly. You can either look at someone or think of someone you know and hold it up. Hat disappears along with the rest of the kit, and now you look like someone else. It's essentially the disguise self spell.
How long, would that be sort of until I take the hat off?
Aye?
Would it interfere with anything I wanted to do otherwise?
You wouldn't need to concentrate on this at all, lad.
It'd just be there and it wouldn't go.
Yeah, it'd be there, unless your hat falls off. Don't let your hat fall off. Hat falls off, kit goes. You'll have to repurpose it every time you wake up in the morning.
Oh,
It's like that, should be
Of
right.
course, of course. Do you know where I could find
Nope.
these?
You'd have to go and find yourself someone who could sell one. Magical ware dealers and such like that. I'm not into that sort of thing. I haven't been selling magical items in years.
You're a smart guy. Do you know anywhere in Felbarr where I can find such a fine magical ware seller, such as what you're describing? Question mark.
Well, that particular item I wouldn't know about. However, if you do happen to find yourself in the market, look for a elderly woman. If she's around, you might just find what you're looking for if you offer her the right equipment.
I don't have a good track record of elderly women that are traders.
I was about to say, usually the experienced ones are a bit better off, but hey, well, whatever way you go.
But I'll keep an eye out. Thank you.
Alright, now, piss off. Sorry, wait. Have a nice day. Ugh.
But and I'll just go and towards wherever the party are. Well, I'm assuming they didn't go there with me.
We kind of
but
split up.
Yeah, we went shopping.
I'll
Shopping.
head towards the market
I
shop
come out.
area.
I come out. You do find me coming out of the bathroom and saying, "Oh, good lord! I heard my name. It's a plague druid in there." oh,
Oh,
God.
jeez, man. There's no
Yeah.
windows down here.
You watch
Thank
the
you,
fly.
Zero.
You watch
Something
the
was
fly
better
comes.
left unsaid.
Don't worry, I conjured a flame. Trust me, I wasn't. You've seen me. I don't like to leave things that vile behind.
You watch as a fly comes past the door, just stops in place.
Oh, jeez.
Let's move on.
You vile son of a bitch! I love you. Right, so you guys move into the hammer. Sorry, I'm just making sure my notes are proper.
Mr. Ashbrand, can I buy you a drink? I've only got 5 gold to my name, but
You enter into
Although-
the Diamond Hammer district.
Although it is a rarity, I do not drink.
Dun dun dun.
I look to Kirok and say, "It's like seeing a unicorn. It's a dwarf that doesn't drink."
Not that rare of occasion. I know of one other.
What's so weird about not drinking?
Oh,
Honestly, you guys seem to make such a big deal about it.
I don't tend to drink too much myself, but yeah, I suppose. Oh, Glory! Give this man a whistle.
Oh, shit, do I have those?
I think
In the
so.
I
bag.
reach into the
Thing
bag
that-
of holding and see if there's one in there.
a what?
A whistle. We all wear them. Well,
Is there
I-
one in the
I
bag of
don't.
holding? I
it's
don't
trouble
know.
blow the whistle. We come running. It's just it's stopped.
There should be
people
like 3 in the bag of
taken
holding.
I'll
and stuff.
throw 'em one.
There's 3 in the bag of holding, yeah.
I
It's a
will
safety
throw
thing.
'em one.
Let's just say it's a precautionary measure, Durin.
You
And
made one
also
for
a
me,
symbol
but I
as you're
didn't
an
need
honorary
it.
member of the Moon Pigs. Congratulations.
Not our name.
The what?
Not our
The
name.
Moon Pigs.
We're working on it. It's work in progress.
It's not an official name, Durin.
Not yet.
Don't consider.
The closest to an official name you guys have had is the Giant Stalkers.
It's a work in progress.
It's totally the Moon Pigs. Ask Varus, he'll tell you.
Varys, don't back him up on this.
Am I back from... Have I met up with them, or am I
The-
still...
The pig stalkers.
No, the Moon Pigs.
Giant stalkers.
Although
don't
I like
know.
the way you think.
The giant moon...
The
Mooners?
moon giants.
What?
No,
The giant
none of these
mooners.
things. None of these things.
Giant
None of
mooners.
these things are correct.
Moving on. Moving
Ding,
on.
ding, ding, ding. As you guys are entering into the forge area, it is just a constant rhythmic sound of just hammer on anvil on dozens and dozens and dozens of anvils. The furthest away forge, you can tell actually has like a molten lava pouring in from a crack and going down into the belly of the mountain, as it were, properly carved and manipulated in. It's pretty much making this entire area very, very hot, almost uncomfortable. The guys in heavier armor, oh, you're feeling it.
Am I
Durin-
alright, or am I feeling
You're okay because you're a tiefling.
Tiefling? Okay. So, does it balance out?
Durin, you're used to this because you've traveled through this area. Ashk, it's fucking hot.
Well, technically, because I've come from a blacksmithing family, that wouldn't really.
You're okay. You're okay. You're just not used to wearing with this armor while you're doing it. You're like, oh, this is what it's like to wear this armor in this.
It's warm.
I
Well,
fan
I
out my
didn't like
cloak.
going up here.
Ding, ding. There are dozens and dozens of smiths all lined up. Most of them are just working, and there's like just one open area, and there's just weapon after weapon after weapon, armor on racks behind, shields, hammers, axes, large bows of intricate dwarven design, and heavy crossbows with a circular piece in the center of them, muskets, guns, pistols. Anything you could look for in a weapon is here.
Take a look, people. Welcome to the weapon forging of my people.
Glory, my dear friend,
Yes.
who controls the purse strings.
Astrid, very, very slowly.
If you find something,
very-
then come talk to me.
Well,
I'm not
If-
handing out pocket money.
see, I lower my cloak and show the snake scales, which are part of my armor. which probably freaks you out for a second, but all the same.
A little bit, but Glory's a little bit more smart than she used to be, so she's a little bit less like freaked out by it than she would have been.
She
I've
goes,
got the
wait,
scale mail.
armor.
I got the scale mail, but I was thinking of upgrading to a breastplate, but I can't use metal. Do you think they do stone breastplates here?
My dude, you are not strong enough to hold up a stone fucking breastplate.
That's a bit of a stupid idea.
That's adding an extra 50 pounds on the weight. That brings you to
Fair.
heavy armor levels of weight.
Okay.
My
No, I
dude,
can't
I
do
am
it.
sorry, but you haven't a hope.
Oh well. Maybe we can ask a drow about it when we get down there. They make pretty good armor without much.
Oh, Varys is
Alright.
back.
Varys, did you want some lingerie armor? The drows do good
At
work.
this point, you watch as
boy.
just this. He looks like he has a black
in the middle of
beard,
it,
but he
but,
just dusts it back, and you just see this white beard, white-haired, soot-covered face just sat on the other side of the weapons from y'all. So, laddies, how are you keeping? You right? Welcome to the Diamond Hammer District. My name is Crobret Anvilhart, and welcome to the greatest weapons you can find this side of the deep roads. So then, he just slams his hand on the table, leans up towards it. What can I do for y'all today? You're looking around a bit, hey? Seeing anything you like?
Alright, let's see your words then, Alvin. What's
Uh,
Anvilhart?
Crobret,
Try to write it down.
Crobret Anvilhart. K-R-O-B-R-E-A-T. You got it right? You got it right?
First try.
Inspiration dice. You get an inspiration dice. Well done. Well done.
That never happens.
Well done. Natural 20. Yay.
Oh, I forgot I had an inspiration die. Oh, it's too late.
You still have an you still have an inspiration dice.
I forgot I
right?
could have used it on that
These
perception check.
these will last till the session. Till
Is
the
this
session.
DM's
unfortunately.
inspiration?
DM
or-
This is the DM
Basically.
giving inspiration.
Yeah,
I'm literally just
okay.
going like, this is cool. This is cool. You get a point. You get a point. You get a point. Nemo has minus 20.
Nemo went to the
More,
toilet.
more just
I
just
didn't know
for
I
a
was supposed to
challenge
roll.
for himself. More just for himself as a challenge.
I want
Okay.
to.
What am I rolling?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I want to look at the pretty swords.
Okay, so the weapons that are out here, you've seen this metal before. You saw a very large version of this metal, a really heavy version of this metal. You've carried around a version of this metal for a long time. You see
Good old
adamantite armors laid up on the back, plate armors, chains, mails, chain skirts, shields, and these are like the top tier. This is top shelf shit. And then you look down below, and there's iron, steel, gold-laced weapons all across the side. And this piece here, and he like goes through them all to give you guys an idea. You need to tell me a type of weapon or armor you're looking for, i.e., a armor +1, breastplate, chainmail +1, that kind of stuff. I will give you guys a price. If you can afford it, you can buy it.
Speaking
Right.
of which, I don't appear to have any gold.
You have 500 gold.
Yay!
Sick.
Okay, this is the point where we all do inventory and see what the fuck we have on us.
Hey, Zero,
I
you know
suppose
what
I'll-
would make a cool breastplate? Dragon bone.
Well, where are we going to get dragon bone from?
I don't know, probably the last 3 dragons we killed.
Did we pick up any dragon bone?
Maybe, I don't know.
Nope.
There's probably dragon bone in Thunder Tree. They said they were
I'll
going to
just- I'll
harvest stuff
just,
for us.
I'll ask him. He's probably the expert. I go to the shop and say, I basically mimic the conversation I just had with Glory. Is there anything, metal messes with my juju, but I was thinking of doing something to upgrade.
Oh,
the skill now.
you're a druid, eh?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, I can wield metal,
Hmm.
but when it's wrapped around me, it sort of, it messes me.
Well, you could wear like a
Alright,
turtle
laddie.
shell. That'd look cool.
See, she's almost got the right idea. Because you see, people underground, we tend to fight a lot of things with fucking scales or shitten kind of armor. And he just reaches into the back and you say, "Ugh!" And onto the big counter you just hear, "Ding," as, now, this bullet hide breastplate here might be kind of the thing you're looking for. Bullets are naturally resistant to magic, so you're not exactly going to get the best enchantment out of it. But In and of itself, it's a breastplate you can definitely have.
Yeah. What do you
It
guys
was-
think? I mean,
It was
it's-
killed in this annual Slayers venture into the darkness, which is where they go down to the deep roads, the initiates do, to earn their tattoos, as it were. And some of them found a bullet, and some of them were killed by the bullet. The rest killed the bullet. They dragged back what they could.
Well, I'll think about it. It's a party decision, so, and I wanted to just make sure we're all equipped as much as possible.
It's nice if we can
Ask
stop
and you
people from
shall
falling
need if you
over.
need it.
Ask and it's too much, then you shall not receive.
Get a price?
Well, the thing is, you have to consider is we did lose people to it, and it is a breastplate. Breastplates, you usually find the average stone market about a 400 gold piece mark. And at this point, you just watch a young dwarven boy wearing like bright reds, the same kind of colorings as actually the king and queen. Rushes up, is tugging. Hey, lad? Oh, yes, sir. And leans down to him and just hear. All right, I understand what your mother said. All right. Back to your own bit then, boy. All right, folks. Well, good news. Pick one thing.
Oh.
King's
Under the
favour,
Queen's
yeah.
request,
Queen's
you may
favour,
pick
even better.
one thing from my store, and it's yours.
Jeez.
Have fun, guys. I'm a spellcaster. See you
Yeah,
later.
fine.
Bye.
The rest of us who are like,
I'm gonna go have a cup of coffee.
Let us talk about this. And I lean down and say, cleric, what do you got on there?
Oh no, this is more suited for your party. I'm
Well, you're
I'm
part of the party. We want to equip you as well, and it would be a thank you for helping us out too.
We
no,
are a team,
Doesn't
Al.
help the shit.
We are a team, Durin.
That's what they keep telling me. Like, I'm happy to throw around the money for other people, just not pretend for myself. But if it's best suited to you, it's best suited to you.
I think I'm fine. I'm quite.
You wear
quite-
plate, don't you?
Yes, I do.
We could get you some adamantium plate or something along those lines. I mean, you are a healer, to my understanding, and that would be rather useful for you to not fall down.
The decision is yours. I'm not going to.
Well,
force
personally, if it's a choice between me and him, I'd rather him be better armored. I'll deal with the scale. I'm happy with the snake scale. If it was just a thought.
Out of
I
character,
think a
though,
cleric.
I'm wearing plate armor right now.
I kind of.
Out of character,
never
he
had-
can take way more hits than Nemo can.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think-
thinking.
I think if we're getting one for
Nemo,
free, we should get
how's
the.
Ash doing?
Yeah, I was about to say.
He's currently
it would be out
looking
of
to
you
all of
three.
you. I don't get requests a lot that a free pass is given, meaning the king and queen must have a serious request on your behalf.
Yeah.
As such, oh boy, yeah, I'm going to have to do that, I think. All right. And he just takes out a large ring of keys and just flicks through them all. And you see like there's actually a stone wall to the back. He actually puts the key in, the key disappears into the stonework. You just hear. You watch 6 different locks immediately open and gears twist. He pulls back this massive door. And inside you see something which looks like this, but with plate. There's a heavy set of black plate armor with
What was the sound?
fine designs all around it. A chain link vest underneath.
Alex, you
And
can't wear it.
I faint.
Dunk.
I'd catch him.
Oh, you
all
get
of my-
No,
crushed,
I try
mate.
to. I get crushed. Ah,
Oh,
jeez.
jeez.
I'm going to roll a d10.
All of my reaction is out of character.
Kirok is gonna fuss over the druid who has been crushed by our newest party member.
I immediately regret this decision.
I can't use him, he's too
I help, even though I'm also in awe of this.
I have a 0 strength. Ah!
I have
So
an
then,
No, I have a 0 strength.
this
Why
armor
would you bring
of
the puppy?
resistance is designed to resist all forms of acid damage. On top of it all forms of piercing, so say for example spears and arrows, are reduced by, well, you're not going to get hit as hard with those kind of feckers. As well as bullets and guns and all them kind of malarkeys. I've seen someone take this to the chest with a cannon and still be standing. Albeit he did have a few broken ribs, he was still standing, just blunt force trauma as a bitch.
It's strange for armor to be resistant to a specific creature.
It's resistant to, well,
Bullets, you
had a
said.
few. It's not bullets, piercing. He looks and goes, oh, that took me a second. Oh, that took me a second. And now I feel very stupid.
Us
Okay, you
too.
went down. You went down.
Why would you bring the pup? Sorry.
Look at you, happy pupper.
I've been
Now,
distracted.
now I
Right
get to
now.
D6.
You've been
Now I get to
distracted by
D6.
puppies.
Yes,
I have to watch
Pepper.
it currently because my mom's.
Oh, he's a
That's
puppy.
fine. We're all just gonna be slightly distracted by the puppy.
There's nothing wrong with
down
that.
right now, though. So I might have to take her back
You
out to
should
the living
get
room.
that. That's nice.
Okay, so which one of us is getting this play? Because
Oh,
as
I'll
much
take
as
the
I
plate.
want it, I acknowledge the paladin may need it.
Oh, I
compare.
can use
You
plate.
guys,
What
I'm-
armor
I'm-
have people got?
I'm in the market for. It's up to you guys, and this is Frog talking, not Ashka talking.
Yeah, same with
I'm in the market to actually get slightly better armor, but that is the party's decision.
Here's the thing,
You're
even
welcome
though
to
my
it.
AC isn't incredible, I do have resistance to some stuff. So if you want this, you can have this. You need
You,
it
have
more
you wearing,
than
Ash?
you currently have resistance to all breath
to
weapon
dragon
attacks.
breath weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas
as well
this
as
would
plus-
give
so
you.
I have +1 scale, basically.
This is +1 scale compared to +1 plate armor.
But if Ash
And-
needs +1 plate, because I already have magical armor.
What's
if
Ash
needs
got?
it-
Have you just got ordinary scale?
I've got plate. Already.
Uh,
it's
as,
not-
as
not
you
magical
guys,
plate.
as you
But
guys
the-
are
the
talking
thing-
a bit as well, he goes, "Well, I can't offer both, but I could offer this one as well." And he lifts up and begins pulling out. Helmets are also provided with both of these sets. The blackened one has this kind of more like a pointed helmet to the front of it, things like Black Knight style.
I mean, we have money. We can also buy other stuff. So I still say it's between the two dwarves. It seems fitting that the dwarves should wear a dwarven-made set, and they're both wearing regular plate at the moment.
Definitely. I
No
have to
offense,
take
Cleric,
it.
but my vote's with the paladin.
It would be. They're shagging, by the way.
Don't say it like that.
What? I thought the cleric
Why
should
do-
know. Is it
Why do we
secret?
travel with these people?
Wait,
What is it with you people in secret? Just be open. I'm a pig farmer, not a rogue.
Okay.
I will give you guys a. Well, that's definitely not what I was hoping that would be. That's still not what I wanted it to see. Sugar and humbug. That was actually a good image I was looking for. That's actually great. If I can just get the JPEG, and I can. Okay, guys. To give you the visual description of the armor that he's also presenting, with this beautiful steel looked color to it, but it's almost the same color as some of the weapons that are here. Now, this one will be running a 5,000 gold piece count. However, having adamantite armor is also a very useful thing.
Ooh.
Well, we have money.
We have
So
plenty
we
of
can
money.
Get your boat kitted out. The question is, who gets kit? Why don't we get both, and then we just decide who gets kitted out with what?
To give you an idea, anyone who's wearing adamantite armor, when you are victim to a critical hit, it becomes a normal hit. Meaning you cannot be critted.
I
You
wanna
will
ask
still get the hit,
but you don't get the double damage. No.
you don't get the double damage.
That's
It's treated-
massive.
Does that come in a lighter model?
Well,
don't wear
we only ever
armor.
work. We only ever work adamantite into the lowest thing we could actually really get it into would be a chain shirt.
That's a bit heavy for me. I'm not.
Look, if you want armor, we'd have to talk to the Drow because their combat lingerie is the only way you're
What
going
is
to
this
go.
about a drow?
Shut up.
We're going down to
And
the
discussions with the drow as you begin talking
We're going
like
to
that,
the
he just
Underdark to
begins.
bust
Zero.
I
some
put my
heads.
hand over Zero's mouth.
He was preparing to start putting gear away.
We will take. I'll tend to ask.
I am going to actually cut back on that as well, guys. The adamantite armor is 10 grand.
But will
I
you
mean,
give it
we
for
can
free
technically still
because of
afford
the-
that, but
The Queen's request.
We'd have to
Basically,
take one or the
you
other.
have a choice. You don't. He didn't even mention the price of the other one. He just said that this one was 7,500. He's only offered the armor of resistance, of piercing resistance and acid resistance, because the Queen was mentioned. The Queen got mentioned by her child.
I tend to ask. What armor do you want? Just pick one.
we can get both. Just pick what you want.
Just pick one. I'm leaning towards the fancy one in the back. It's up to you.
What?
It ain't Korriban made, but I'm biased.
Can't we get one for free and then one for
Yeah, we can
money?
we
'Cause
can
we
get
have the
both.
cash.
We've only got one. We don't need 2 sets of plate armor, do we?
Well, it's up to
Yeah,
them.
we do.
It's up to them if they want it.
Yeah, we've got two
stop
members
it.
of our party that currently depend on plate. There's me as the paladin, and there's Ravs as the cleric. If
I
we've
just
got
need-
if we've got 2 options for plate, we
Bear in
have
mind, guys, as well. Sorry to interrupt you, sweetheart.
no problem.
Adamantite armor does if it's magical, which adamantite is, as well as all your other armors are. They will resize to it. So, say for example, Ash could give her dragon immunity armor, or her dragon
isn't that
scale mail
Glory?
armor. Glory could have her dragon scale armor and give it to Ravs, and now he would have resistance to all breath weapon attacks, as an example.
We can fight any dragons
It'd
in
be
the
a down.
Underdark.
It'd be a downgrade on AC though.
It would be downgraded on a save, but one hell of a bonus.
What I'm saying is I think we can buy 2 and then arrange where we're putting those 2 later because we have at least 3 people who can wear it and certainly slots where it can be put in.
Okay.
Although I
I'm
would trade
really
in your old
tempted-
plate.
I'm really tempted as the defensive person for the adamantite.
Mhm.
I
Only
think you should go
because
for it.
You have
only
what you want.
because of the nature of how my class works. So I'm more
Go for it.
biased towards that.
You
And
take
I-
it then. We're
Then you
all
can
agreed
take
that
it.
you need to take what you need to take.
Yeah, you just pick whatever you want and you can have it.
Yeah,
In
I'm
and
just,
out of
I'm just,
character.
I'm just being an advocate of democracy here.
Yeah,
No,
you
it's
can
fine.
have what you want. We're just
Take
if,
what you
yeah.
want.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
we
you
will
want that
take.
one, then Coles or Bravs can have the other one because we can
Here's
get
the thing,
both.
I'm kind of not priority as much as my AC isn't like stupid high. I'm fine because I've got a lot of health.
The
So,
thing
like,
is,
I'm not
the
priority,
thing
yeah.
is that you're going to be in the line of fire more than I am going to be in the line of fire.
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, but if you're going to be in melee and you're being
Yeah, but so, yeah.
plastered with arrows, having actual resistance to piercing would be insanely good.
Both Stacy and Ravs have got some ranged options in forms of spells. You,
Yeah.
not so much.
True,
Yeah.
there.
So maybe we give
I would take
Glory the
cool
adamantite.
one.
No, Glory have
Yeah.
the,
No, I
the
think
resistance
Ash
one,
should
and
have
Ash
the
should
Glory
have
has
the
the resistance.
adamantine.
I keep want to call it the ebony armor. That's not what it's called.
But keep the dragon shit as well.
Alright.
Call it
So
the
we are
ebony
buying it
armor,
then.
it's alright, we know
Alright.
what you're referring to.
If we wanted to, I'll turn to the salesman. If we want to take both sets, how much do we have to pay?
Well, one of them will be for free. The cheaper then will be the adamantite at 10,000.
We can afford that.
10,000.
The adamantite.
I'll
Yeah,
turn
we
to
can
Glory.
afford that. By the way, sir, you do deal in plate, so would you be interested in cutting a bit off the price when we trade in their old armor?
He looks, and you watch as he gets out this small magnifying glass, or like the small eye glass, and just looks over. Glory
I say
for a
just one
moment.
second, and I cast mending just to make it look a bit more.
Bear in mind,
Polishing
Glory isn't wearing plate; she's wearing magical armor.
I think Glory
I
might
mean-
keep
No, I know that. I
I
meant-
think Glory wants
meant
to
Ash
keep
can.
hers.
I think Glory is keeping that one.
Yeah, but-
It's
Yeah, I meant Ash
Yeah.
and Grab.
Yeah,
That's,
yeah.
Ash.
Ravs isn't taking. Is Ravs taking a new one?
No.
I don't know.
don't
for buying
think
2
we
sets.
are.
Unless you want my old set, I wouldn't.
Okay,
really.
so for now we know for a
Yeah.
fact that mending has been cast on Ashk's armor, tidying it up. So we'll say that you can get 300 used for it.
I'm gonna go pee.
So that would bring
we're
you down.
looking-
That would bring you down to like 9,700 for the
Yeah, I mean,
adamantite.
Do we have
Okay.
enough for this?
Yes, can I borrow the bag for a second?
Sure.
Whatever you
take the
need.
bag. I turn to this other one. Would you accept the monetary value in some fine pieces of art and I'll just put out a massive painting?
A working
Or,
gold.
I'm assuming it's a painting. I don't know.
I
We've
think
got
we-
some
It's a
fancy
beautiful
art.
painting of a gnome with chest hair puffed out, this long purple clothes,
Let's leave
Yeah,
it
that
at
was
that.
Scanlan
When did we
Storm.
a
get
large
my self-portrait?
bulge, a beautiful
have-
woman at the back, a gnome as well with this big scar across one of her eyes.
Let's
Yeah,
move
no,
on.
seriously. Like, when did we get my portrait? I need to. I think we need to keep that.
Very funny.
Oh,
Don't be silly. That's Scanlan the Bard. You know, the leader of the rebellion in some place. I forget.
Oh, well, yeah, I remember. I remember.
That's
Moving
alright.
on.
I mean, we've got lots. We've not got enough gold.
We
But
get,
we've
like,
got. Can we pay some of it in money and some of it in some fine art?
No, I don't deal in art, I'm afraid. Gems and gold will be how you work.
Remember, 100 platinum, is about 1,000 gold.
Aye, that's true.
Silver is 10 to 1, isn't it, right?
It's 10 to 1.
Because we've got a fucking butt ton of silver.
We're gonna have to do some math right up in
I
here.
need a piece of paper.
Bear in mind, guys, I am trusting you with this.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
no, I'm not
we're-
going to bullshit.
No, we're
I'm
being
not going to write
legit
with
with
a
you.
fucking Sharpie. Right. So we need to pay 9,700, yeah?
Yeah.
The garnets are 800 each, so that would.
Hold on.
No, but the way I do
Gold and
maths
platinum,
is dumb,
we
so I'm gonna let
have-
Kay do it.
Yeah, okay.
9,4.
If you can pay a decent amount of it in gems, that would be good. Because they're heavy.
That
He
fucking
probably
much
deals
copper.
in gems.
Am I alright to pay in like copper?
Oh, Jesus. Like,
It's like paying in cent, to give
I
you
mean,
an idea.
Just
It's,
like, can we
it's
just
pretty
say
much a, why are you doing this
Just
to
what?
me?
I'm like
Look,
10.
guys, if it's
like you're
gonna
like
be-
every
if it-
cashier's worst for person.
You are every cashier's worst nightmare right now.
We're buying it. We're buying it. I'm just working out the easiest ways to just free up as much room in a bag of holding as possible.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
just saying for cases of practicality, if it's going to be complicated actually giving him copper pieces, this character, it's more than likely in a trade center, there's going to be a currency conversion.
Okay.
thing.
Do you
Can we
mind if we
go-
duck over to a bank and just convert? We got
Can we
toilet
do that
paper
first?
and we don't want to trouble you
So
all.
do that first, then come back because it's slightly more polite for the trader.
Is that all right? You
He
don't
looks
mind
to you
holding
all-
those for a second?
Well, it's not like I'm gonna have someone walk by and buy them both in this time, so yeah, go ahead. There's a bank down the way to the left there.
I'll stick around, so you know. But you guys, you know, go arrange the money and yeah.
I actually kind of want to check with him, see about getting rid of some weapons I have that I don't use, and then also see about getting a quarterstaff
breathing?
possibly.
Not me.
Oh, sorry, that might be me.
I hope everyone's breathing personally.
No, someone had the
I'm
mic
not-
open.
Well,
That's what I'm
me.
saying.
Yeah,
to
that
elect-
might be me.
2
Sorry.
electrum, 1 gold?
Okay.
Or is it 5 electrum? It's the other way around. It's 5 silver, 1 electrum, right?
Conversion chart.
Hang on.
Someone bring that up. I think it's 5 silver.
Can we just
One
shout out to
electrum.
Kay for doing a stupid amount of math?
Would, would.
So that I do not have to.
Our treasurer, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
I don't hold gold. I just work out how much we're spending.
I need this page bookmarked.
Excellent.
Let's see. What was it? Platinum to gold?
No, electrum's gold.
Electrum.
Electrum. Oh, Electrum's the awkward one.
Is it 0.5 of a gold per electrum?
Yes.
Yeah, it's half. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Welcome to the gritty parts of D&D, Raps.
Folks,
Number crunching.
Second
Folks,
episode.
I'll tell
Folks.
you, we'll do it. But
you guys can do it later.
Yeah, we'll do the
Save for
numbers
that for
later.
now. I know you have more than enough to do it,
We'll
so you
say-
guys can work out the math.
We'll give him the money. I'll work out and I'll take it off the total.
Yeah, we'll work it out after the session.
10
yeah.
grand. Well,
97.
9,700 grand
And
taken out.
Ash plate armor.
Sick.
Go
That
inside.
that Ash's plate armor will be taken out. She'll take a private moment to take it off. Armor will be put on in replacement, and you guys will now have the potion of piercing and acid, or the armor of potion, the armor of
Armor potion.
acid and piercing resistance,
Yes.
as well as the adamantite armor.
To
You were
speed things
motivating
up,
me so hard there, Gloria. You're like,
You can do it. I believe in you. I know what it's like.
To speed things up, so we say that, and we'll work it out after the session, that we
Yeah, no,
turned
that's-
all
that's
this
what we're doing.
money. Well,
Yeah.
I know. So the rest of the stuff we have and the gems and all that turned it into trade certificates.
Well, some gems will be
merchant
kept
guild?
for spell reagents.
The gems are alright for now. I think we're fine.
yeah, keep the gems, but the gold, because you guys just have so much gold in that bag. You are almost at brink of.
We are almost
breaking the bank.
encumbered, but just with
can,
gold.
can I assume we found an art vendor to sell the art to as well?
Yeah, that won't be too difficult, so you can convert that as well. I will say to finish it off, that you guys will. I'm going to do this for the sake of brevity. You will go to the Slayer's Oath Cult, which is one of the larger buildings in the center of town.
Oh yeah, can I get my cloak back?
Well, I presumed you took it with you.
Oh, okay. Yes, I've got my cloak.
You have your cloak back. So as he was there, you guys enter into it. There are shield. Sorry, I keep losing my tiny chat, folks. I am trying to keep it up to the sake
It's
of
okay.
visual
Carry on.
descriptives.
Come on, no worries.
If you're trying to wrap things up,
No, it's just important to get the visuals down for this as well. The Oath Hall has dwarves with axes leaned out, like say in the actual corridor. It is referred to as the Oath Hall, and you're pretty much easy enough to find it from where you are. There are dwarves in there trading. There are dwarves in there currently discussing and talking. It is essentially what would be a guild hall as well. But on the walls, you see massive trophies, giant skulls left up. You see large portions of dragon. You see this massive chitinous hide of this purple hide of a creature.
Ooh.
You do actually see as well two massive bull-like horns that are look both broken off, that have just been like crossed over each other on a plaque. And I'm not going to make any of you make a check for that because there's no way in character you guys know what that is.
Fair enough.
If any of you have encountered one of these, you would not be currently playing in my game because you would be dead.
We would be dead.
Good
Yes,
to
you would.
know.
It's one of those things of, you see this is me telling you to run.
Ah, lovely.
excuse me.
You do also see 8 stalks, 8 tendrils that are just hanging down, and you notice there's actually an eye in each one.
Oh god.
Yikes!
Oh
okay.
jeez.
I
Has
take
my
it I know
char-
what that is.
Has
You
my
know
character-
exactly what that is.
I
Has
think
my
that-
character ever been in here?
You've been in here before. It's not somewhere that people often venture to. It's usually only the cult members themselves that go there.
I just look at it
I'm-
as like, I don't really see the beauty in these things.
You do also notice that there is a heart on one plaque with a stake driven through it that's pinning it to the actual plaque. There is also on that plaque with the tendrils, there is just one very large eye with a spear still driven through it up to the wall. So yeah, anyone could probably guess what that is, as it's not exactly the most unheard of creature. And you look up, you see ribcage. All the way down this 40-foot hall is nothing but ribcage over the top. And at the end then, at the what will be essentially a throne, there is just a maw this massive mouth, like fangs all around the exterior of it, and a mouth over the top. As you see the largest dragon skull you've ever seen in your lives.
What
An
kind?
axe still left, straight cracked between the nose, between like the bridge of the nose of the beast at the top. And there sitting, watching over everyone, looking at you, is Iron Fist.
What kind of
I-
dragon is it?
I point at the dragon skull with the axe in it and say, "Hey, Glory, friend of yours?"
What kind of dragon is it?
Make
A dead one.
Make a straight intelligence check.
I mean, it's pretty easy to tell. They all have different horns, and we've met 4 out of 5.
You've met 4 out of 5. I still need you to do that.
Okay. Hey.
That's pretty good. Yeah. Okay. The dragon skull you see is this. The horns are almost up against the skull on the way back on both sides. Just this long rack up, almost curving up at the end. Cracks and chips all the way up. The brim of the nose, there's just all these spiny protrusions out of it, all the way back up the face. And there was this spiked, almost like a beard, on the lower jaw. So you can discern this would probably have been a red dragon.
I guessed.
One very, very large red.
It's so bad I can tell from the description. That's a red dragon.
There is also a large turtle shell that's been left up on one wall. And when I say large, I mean the turtle shell takes up one side of the wall.
Oh,
Kappa.
okay. I know what that is.
Yeah,
No, I just felt like saying Kappa.
I know you did. I'm just ignoring you. Besides that, I'm trying to think of anything else they might have taken out in their time. The spoiler alert, this is where they keep their trophies. Actually, on a rack up along, like, say, one side of the walkway up to the throne, there is a rack on one side, and there is different humanoid skulls. One looks more like a wolf, one looks more like a tiger, one looks more like a bear, one looks more like a rat, and one looks more like the boar.
Why did you get that later than me?
Because I was reading something.
And there is a coffin chained and ironed on the side that's just been hung over a brazier that's still burning. The entire coffin is this golden coffin that's just searing.
Pretty dope place.
Yep,
Pretty
it's pretty much
intimidating place.
these are the motherfuckers who kill shit and they get shit done.
Respect.
They're like us, only without as cool of a name.
I don't know, the Slayer's cult is pretty badass.
Yeah,
They definitely have a cooler house.
Oh yeah.
Well, yes.
We don't really
One
have
day-
a house.
We
One
do
day the Moon
technically.
Pigs will have a cool house
As you guys are approaching, you just hear
on the moon.
as you watch as he's spinning the axe, the bladed point to the ground. You watch as actually just he's spinning it. It's just cutting through the stone, just out of boredom.
I think he likes it.
Wait, which axe is this? Is it his axe or
His axe.
Yeah.
You watch as
So you want Grum.
you watch Grummishbane. He's actually the one that's put back in that skull.
Oh. Dope.
Yep.
Someone
He
got
looks down.
stole from these guys? They're
Wow.
fucking crazy.
Yeah. Someone was very crazy.
Not only that, they actually got away with it.
They
That's
could have
crazy.
killed the wielder when
Kinda.
he was out on an adventure.
I suppose, but
Everyone-
that
also-
sounds bad. Anyway,
Everyone put your coins in your front pocket.
push Glory forward.
Why are you pushing me forward?
You'll be happy to know, just out of character, that I've done the math. It's now got-
Hey.
Hey!
Hey.
Would
He's
you
a maths
mind
wizard.
telling me how much gold we have left?
We have. I've changed up some lower shit.
Okay.
So we're currently 270 copper, 422 silver, 287 electrum, 4,000 natural gold pieces still, 52 platinum. I've used all of the gems that cost 800 gold. So we had 3 of them.
Oh yeah,
I've
them big
used-
ones.
And then I've used a selection of other gems, but we've still got a few cheap diamonds, a couple of expensive diamonds, a few
Yeah, the
medium
diamonds are
gems.
important to keep for revivifies and
So we've
resurrections.
still got, yes, we've got 300 gold diamonds, 2,000 gold diamonds, 500 gold diamonds, and gems, and 450 gold gems.
Okay.
So we're still
Way.
pretty dope.
As you guys
loaded.
are
Fuck
approaching,
did you
you
do?
Chill.
as you guys are approaching up to the altar, which pretty much it is an altar because there's this large altar point where, at present, you notice that there is the corpse of this bizarre tiger, who has robes strapped over him, and it's weird because of the way the position is. The arms are the other way around, the hands are the other way around, but there is an axe embedded in the back of its head.
Raps doesn't know what that is.
Yes, I do, because
Oh.
I've watched it.
Oh, you burned through those
Hey.
episodes real quick.
Nice one,
Nice
Rabs.
job, dude.
And alongside Iron Fist, there is in fact a elf. A different elf to the one you saw before. This one has an entirely shaved head with tattoos. Almost every ounce of the face, there's a tattoo. You can't really tell from this distance either a cut or a tattoo.
What colour
And
is the elf? Say what colour, that's something really racist. What type of elf is it?
drow.
I'll walk out.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
I'm gone. I'm out.
The drow is wielding a bow.
I haven't seen a drow in ages. I speak in undercommon and I say, hello!
we all see Varys leave, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
You
I'm
all
not
see
shocked.
Varys leave, and as he just goes, fuck this shit, I'm out, we're gonna call it there.
Okay.
Yay.
Oh shit.
Okay.
I will just describe, though, what the drow is wielding, because Blue knows. Well, Blue should know. What he's wielding. He's wielding a bow. The
Like a
bow-
thing made out of ribbon.
No, more thing made out of beautiful, bright colors. A face of an elf is embroiled into the actual handle, with these white, almost ivory carved or marble carved wood up the sides, and the simple, very thin string. You should know, Blue, because Bartwood has a certain friend of yours has one of these.
Mhm. How'd he get that? I'm not gonna
I'm
ask because
so out of the loop.
Kirok don't care. Kirok don't care. I care
is
immensely,
that-
but Kirok don't care.
So is that where we're calling it for the day?
Yep,
Yep,
I
yep.
think so.
Oh my god,
Shall
I'm
we
so
close
out
the
of the
stream?
loop.
Oh my god, so much story happened today. Like
Are we about to close the stream?
yeah, that was a lore overload. So thanks everybody for watching. If you tuned in, we're gonna be back next week, are we?
Yeah.
Yep, we'll be back next Wednesday, continuing on into the Underdark. So we'll see how that
Yay.
goes.
We'll get there one day.
And also,
Eventually.
remember to shop at Game Tea.
Yes, do that.
Yes,
The
we can get
sponsorship that we
awesome
do not
game
have.
reference t-shirts like this one.
Game
At
Tea
the-
almost
at
sell
the
as amazing
science.
gear as that blacksmith dwarf that you guys saw, except they have low
In
prices.
fact,
Remember
you're
to
right,
tattoo at
because
Game
they
Tea,
sell
guys.
better.
Remember to tattoo at Game Tea too. yeah.
Wow, you sell out. They actually sell
In fact,
bags of
their stuff
holding,
is-
so you can look that up.
Yeah, see?
Bye! See you next week.
Bye bye. Spend all your money
Take
at Game Tea.
care.
Boy.